Good afternoon, Fightin' Phils fans, and welcome to First Energy Stadium here for the Game 1 series. The Reading Fightin' Phils take on the Richmond Flying Squirrels here, game number 19 of the season, and we're so excited to have you back at the ballpark. The boys are back in town, and after a very long road trip, the longest ever, in fact, the team is home. I don't know about you, Tyler. I can't wait for this game to begin.
So excited to have fans back and so excited to be back here at First Energy Stadium. 12 games on the road, the Reading Fightin' Phils just concluded. And after a 2 weeks trip down to Bowie and Akron, a lot of hotel stands, a lot of food on the road. It's better to get back home, get back to where you're comfortable, and that is nowhere else than Reading, Pennsylvania.
And we've got a great matchup between these two teams. I think it's going to be pretty even here for the 6-game stretch. We're home between today and Sunday. If you haven't got tickets for the rest of the season, I recommend that you do, because we have 4 fireworks nights from Thursday through Sunday. It's going to be a blast. Don't forget that Monday is Memorial Day, so on Sunday, you can really kick back and relax. Nothing to worry about.
Exactly, yeah. The 6 o'clock start for a Sunday, so we're going under the lights all 6 games this trip. So it should be a fun one. It should be, like you said, relaxing to get out for Memorial Day, get some baseball in Memorial Day Eve or the weekend prior, and be able to relax that whole Monday and get yourself and your family here to the ballpark.
So let's recap a little bit about what's going on inside the team. Tonight's Fan Zone team leaders are brought to you by North Point Bank, Joanna Arias. Here are the leaders in each category. In the hitting, of course, Matt Vierling has been absolutely stellar. He was that original outfielder on the roster, but since then he's made incredible strides. He's batting .302 this season. Now we've got a couple players tied with home runs. We've got a bunch of people with 4, Matt Vierling, McCarthy Tatum, Luke Miller, all have 4, and the team has impressively hit 20 home runs here in not even 20 games. So I think we're going to see a lot of power, especially back here at First Energy Stadium, known as a hitter's ballpark. The wind is blowing out today. It's a little bit right to left, but sometimes it's just completely straight out from center. So I think today could be a huge night for the Phils bats.
I think so. I mean, you talk about it, 20 homers in 18 games. That's the math I like. That's over 1 a game at least. But yeah, it's been led by Matt Vierling, who has the tied for the lead in home runs with 4. It's a 3-way tie, including Luke Miller and McCarthy Tatum as well. And he's the only one on this team with an OPS above 1. That is outstanding. A 1.032 OPS.
So Tyler,
for him.
explain to our fans what that means.
Yes, of course. So OPS is simply on base plus slugging. So it's kind of a more encompassing statistic that we look at as opposed to batting average, which just includes hits compared to at-bats. On base is just how often you're getting on base, and the slugging includes when those hits go for extra bases, which so many of Matt Vierling's has. So with his 4 homers and 5 doubles, that gives him a significant uptick on top of a .302 average, which, as we know, 3 out of 10 will always get you in the Hall of Fame.
On the pitching side, really like the looks of Jonathan Hernandez and Joel Cesar on the back end of the bullpen. We've also had some really great call-ups this past road trip. Zarbniski, Brian Marconi, and Billy Sullivan have all been incredible coming out of the pen as well. So those are guys that we might see throughout the game, and I think we should look lights out for them. We've got a lot of players with high strikeout counts right now. Coming in with 14, Tyler Carr, and also Zach Warren, Ethan Lindau as well with 14, and of course Jacob Hernandez. So lots to look for both at the plate and on the mound. Now we're going to take a short break here before we come back with more of the Phils pregame show. Stick around here. The fun is only just getting started.
The Blue Marsh Insurance Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks, and a festive atmosphere with a bird's-eye view for the visiting bullpen. Regular game tickets are $31 per person for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group. When the Reading Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Why I'm Missing's Family Restaurant Bakery, PJ Willahan's Pub and Restaurant, Collegeville Italian Bakery Pizzeria Napolitana, Jimmy G's Railroad House, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, and Klingers on Carsonia for making sure the Fightin' Phil's front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners, but don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today. The Helping Company is a proud naming rights sponsor for the Hall of Famer Stadium area at First Energy Stadium, and a presenting naming sponsor of 5 firework nights this season. The Helping Company is a locally owned family business with over 20 years of experience, offering free roof inspections and storm damage repairs, plus so much more. Give them a call today at 610-234-2210 for your roofing needs, or visit their website 24/7 at thcexteriors.com. The Helping Company, your local roofing specialist.
We're on the air with you today. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, an interesting matchup because of something that you guys might not know about. See, in the past few series, the teams have had a designated hitter. But in this matchup, obviously, our team affiliated with the Phillies, a National League matchup, and of course the San Francisco Giants as well. So that would mean that the pitchers bat, obviously they're in the NL West, so we have pitchers batting today. So no designated hitter. Look for in both number 9 spots for both teams to have Colton Eastman and Matt Frisbee at bat. Now we'll talk a little bit about those pitching matchups. For the Fightins, Colton Eastman on the mound, 0-2 record, but that doesn't really tell the whole story. He's only gone 9 2/3 innings so far, and he has recorded 7 strikeouts, so almost a strikeout an inning. It'll be definitely interesting to see today as we started to see the starters going a little bit longer with McCarthy getting a couple more innings, and we'll look to see if the same thing happens with Eastman today.
Yes, we're hoping that they get a little bit more of a longer leash, you could say, here on the mound. Eastman only averaging 3 innings pitched an appearance, but the team overall is only averaging 2 2/3. So it's been an overall idea from the Phillies to bring them out there for a certain amount of time, let them build up their stamina, and at the same time, these are not just a given 1 through 5 for the Phil starting rotation. It's been a lot of, if you're pitching as the starter that day, you could be, or most likely will be, coming out of the bullpen for the next. So it's just kind of a lot of people dipping their toe in the waters, you could say, these shorter appearances, doing the most of what they can with the amount of time they're out on the hill. And I wouldn't be surprised if Eastman surpasses his season average this year.
We'll see how that goes. On the other side, Matt Frisbee has been absolutely dominant for the Richmond Flying Squirrels. I mean, .56 ERA. He's gone 16 innings pitched, so he's had a little bit more of a leash with the Flying Squirrels as well. So he's been pretty dominant, but we'll see how he fares sometimes with the addition of the pressure of having to go bat at the plate can sometimes throw these guys off. So I'm very excited because obviously if you make it all the way as a pitcher, you're most of the time, 99% of the time, going to have an at-bat. And actually, when I talked to some of the guys earlier in the season, when I was talking to Zach Eflin and I was talking to Aaron Nola, they were telling me that they, because how the designated hitter might come about in major leagues for everyone. They were telling me how they don't want it. They look forward to having to bat. And, obviously it's not always the most ideal in like a high leverage situation to have the pitcher to bat because it doesn't always work out so well. But those guys are excited for it. They like it. And talking to a couple of the pitchers for the Phils today, they're pretty excited about having a chance to hold the bat.
I'm sure. I mean, we get to see who can actually swing it and who should be getting the opportunity to be the next Shohei Ohtani, get it done on both sides.
Exactly.
And I love to see that because you get to see who are the ball players, who just like playing the game of baseball. It's been such a upbringing of just pitcher-onlys that don't really get to have the ability to develop their swing. And I'm excited to see who actually takes pride in that when they get their ABs and the other people who just stand in the box because they have to.
Right, exactly. And I think this level might be a little bit different because it is quite a mix of the age group. So some of these guys that are just coming out of college that may have had the opportunity to bat there might be a little more into it, whereas the guys who've been out of that for a long time and haven't really had those opportunities for BP We saw the guys out doing bunting today on the field, and then they went in the cages and hit. So just getting a little pitcher prep in that regard. So this will be an interesting matchup all around. I'm pretty excited for the day to get started. It's about 74 degrees here in Reading, Pennsylvania. I would call this a perfect baseball day. We've got a slight breeze, only 7 miles per hour, nothing too heavy, but it's not sweltering. I think this is a perfect baseball day.
Couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, we had a little bit of overcast, a little bit cooler yesterday into today, so we weren't sure if we were going to get another bad bit of weather for a homestand, but starting off the opening day of the 6-game series, it could not be better. You hit it perfectly, head on the nail.
So we are going to take a short break before we get ready to rock and roll here at First Energy Stadium. We see the meeting on the mound heading out now with the umpires and Sean Williams and acting manager for the Richmond Flying Squirrels, Tony Diggs. So while they have at it, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
PA Virtual Charter School is a proud 2021 partner of the Reading Fightin Phils and a presenting sponsor of 5 fireworks nights this season. Pennsylvania Virtual Charter School is a public cyber charter school that opened its doors on September 4th, 2001. PA Virtual provides personalized education for over 2,000 students from diverse backgrounds across the Commonwealth. We pride ourselves on a dynamic partnership with our families, our experienced teaching staff, and their instructional use of a rich, research-based curriculum, and our innovative use of technology to meet the educational needs of our students. For more information on how PA Virtual Charter School can help your child, visit us today at pavcsk12.org. PA Virtual Charter School looks forward to seeing you at their 5 Reading Fightin Phils fireworks shows in 2021. Go Fightin Phils!
Looking for a place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightins game? Look no further than Geico Funland. Geico Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini putt golf, ring toss, and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next R-Phils game at Geico Funland. And thanks to Pete Shaw, your local Geico insurance agent, located at 2733 Paper Mill Road, Suite X3 in Wyomissing. Back here at First Energy Stadium, just about to get things underway. Tonight's umpires behind the plate, Matt Carleon. Over at first base, Jude Corey. And over at third is going to be Gabe Alfonso. Now, if you guys remember from the last series, these are going to be the same 3 umpires for the entire series, and they are going to rotate clockwise each game. So we'll see Carleon behind the plate twice, as well as the rest of the umpires. So that gives everyone a fair shot to be at each base pass every time, which I think this is a pretty good setup. Obviously, you don't want as much interaction with the COVID policies and everything, so keeping that limited and keeping these guys here for the 6-game set. And now we see them having the meeting on the mound, obviously pointing to that pool area. It always gives people trouble. Pray a ball doesn't get hit over there because the wall is a little bit lower, so there's always like designation about what is exactly considered a home run down there. But, you know, umpires are good at this job here. They've been to this ballpark before, most of them have. And, of course, manager Sean Williams, always very reasonable today. And on the Richmond side, usually their manager is Jose Alguacil, but he is not here today. He is off coaching in Florida, the Venezuelan team for the World Baseball Classic, so he is trying to get their guys ready for the qualifiers. So acting manager Tony Diggs is going to be out there for the entire series. Now, he is the field coordinator for the Giants, so he's been around the block. He's seen these guys before, and he was a minor league player himself. So he knows what he's doing. He's got good experience, and I'm sure he'll fill in very well for Alguacil. Lots going on at the ballpark today. Fans are strolling in with their screwball snowman bobbleheads. And lots of fans here at the ballpark. You know, we see Screwball and Blooper roaming around, and just a lot of people excited to be back in action. Don't forget, you can still get your tickets for any games this series. Lots to do here at First Energy Stadium.
Yeah, you never have a dull moment here. Whether you are in that pool area out in right field all the way to the other end of the left where you can get plenty of good grub and something to drink. Always a fun time.
So looks like we're getting ready to get started here. Everybody is in the dugouts except for the pitchers that are warming up in the bullpen on either side. Usually those guys stick around there during the national anthem, and then they'll come down just right before the game starts. We'd like to thank the official team physicians of the Reading Fightin' Phils, our good friends at Commonwealth Orthopedics Associates, and Doctors John Martin and Paul Marr for taking great care of the team. For the same great care that the Fightin' Phils receive, visit Commonwealth Orthopedic Associates website today at coaortho.com. So, as the R-Phils get ready to make things happen here at the ballpark, we are starting off a 6-game set between them and the Richmond Flying Squirrels, a San Francisco Giants affiliate. And the players are coming out to take their positions on the mound and behind the plate. And we will take a short break as we send it down to the field for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats. We invite all active military and all veterans to please salute the flag. And now, please welcome R-Phils game staff employee Danny Fair, who will perform our national anthem. Please sing with me. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Gentlemen, that was R-Phils game staff employee Danny Fair.
And we're ready to get underway here at First Energy Stadium. Emily Messina, Tyler Small on the airways with you today. Thanks so much for joining us. The R-Phils are taking their place out on the field, and the Flying Squirrels in the dugout today. We'll go through the diamond for you. Josh Stephen, Matt Beerling, and Madison Stokes left to right in the outfield. Tatum, Guthrie, Brito, and Miller across the diamond. In the infield, behind the plate, Colby, Fitch Knight, and of course, Colton Eastman on the mound. We'll go down the order for the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Elliot Ramos, Andy Suhilio, David Villar, Vince Fernandez, Ronnie Freeman, Francisco Tostado, Shane Matheny, Kyle Mattice, and of course Matt Frisbee rounding out that number 9 spot. And we are ready to get things underway here. Fightin' Phils in those Throwback Tuesday blue uniforms. They've got the blue caps on as well. And a lot of them with those red cleats as well. It's R-Phils red across the chest. And the Richmond Flying Squirrels in their road gray pants, a lot of them with the high black socks tonight, and black jerseys. And they've got like a hint of red on the sleeves as well. And they're wearing a bright red cap for you, just so you can kind of get a visual of what we're looking at. It is 77 degrees game time official temperature. And we are just about to get started here with Colton Eastman on the mound getting his final warm-up throws in. Now, the field looks great thanks to our lovely groundskeeper, Dirt Douglas, and the infield is all one color, but the mound is a different color of turfus, so it makes it look extra special today. First Energy Stadium painted behind the plate. And as the manager goes out to third base, and we've got a coach on first base, heading up to the plate Elliot Ramos today. He's the center fielder, batting .277 with 18 hits. He's got the most hits in the lineup today, and the second most RBIs, 11 RBIs. As he comes out to the plate, he says hello to the umpire, Matt Carleon, and hello to Colby Fitch. How very polite. Arphil's infield takes a couple steps back, and Elliot Ramos stepping into the batter's box and really making his step count as he really digs in behind the plate. I'm sure the groundskeeper loves that. Setting up, ball in the glove, at the chest. Colton Eastman kicks and fires. It's right down the middle for a called strike. 7:07 official game time start. And now here comes the 0-1. Just low for a ball. And we've been talking about this a little bit, Tyler, before. The way J.T. Romuto does it as well, with Colby Fitch behind the plate. Usually he does a one-leg kick out, depending on what pitch is coming in. Sometimes you see him in the squat as Ramos drills it right to short. There is Guthrie on to first, and a quick one away for Colton Eastman. Just how you'd like to get it started.
Yeah, fishing, inducing a little bit of soft contact from one of the more dangerous bats in this lineup. Good way to get it started.
That'll bring up Andy Suhilio. First lefty bat, he digs into that batter's box to face the right-handed Eastman. And as I was saying before about Fitch behind the plate, we're talking to him about that, and he says that he just likes it for an easier way to block balls and an easier pop-up as well. He just feels like it gives him more mobility, which, you know, if you think about the way like hockey goaltenders crouch down as well, oftentimes you will see them with the one leg out. So we see Real Muto doing that a lot in the major leagues, and a lot of catchers are taking part in that as he induces a swing and a miss from Suhilio, and the count now moves to 1-1.
Yeah, kind of just takes a preference in what type of catcher you want to be, whether you want to take pride in being a brick wall back there or if you want to have a better chance of framing the borderline pitches.
We'll take one in the dirt. The count moves to 2-1. Now that's a good point too, because you want to be able to, you know, kind of use your body to almost block where the ball's coming in so you can get a better framing on it and get the call that your pitcher is looking for. Eastman getting the sign from Fitch now. Working very slowly here in the first. Here's the 2-1. Big swing and a miss from Suhilio. And the count now evens out at 2-2. The entire Arphil's infield right now is on the outfield grass edge. They're expecting, you know, a big swing here, and they're just looking for this quick second out. Now the 2-2 from Eastman. And it's a drop third strike by Fitch. He's going to take it, send it to first, and that's a quick 2. 2 up, 2 down now for Colton Eastman. Pretty good start for the right-hander, and that'll bring up David Villar.
Righty-lefty matchup there. Beautiful job there by Eastman. Back-to-back cutter-slider hybrids that break off right at the back foot of that lefty. Both times. The first time he induced a sword-like swing. The second time gets punched out as it broke over the zone for the K.
His first pitch to VR, big swing and a miss there. 90-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside part of the plate. And VR is about as far back into that box as you can get without smacking Fitch in the mask. And the 0-1 comes in just low.
Not a bad way to get on, but not somebody that you're necessarily afraid to not be able to catch up to the fastball because of its velocity per se, but more because of the setup pitches that he delivers and the tunneling that he has with his arm.
So here's the 1-1, another swing and a miss as that ball just really curves right down and just shocks VR. And once again, Eastman getting ahead, looking for a clean first inning. His first inning ERA right now is 6.00, so it would be nice to be able to drop that here with just a nice 1-2-3 in the top of the first. And instead, VR sending that one deep to center field, coming in. Veerling, it's going to drop. No one's able to make the play, but it's only a single to VR. All sorts of Fightin' Phils were on that. Second baseman, shortstop. But it looked like it just really got caught up there, which is surprising with the wind right now, but it really just hung on in the sky.
Yeah, and you can tell off the sound of the bat, he got it off the end. Another slow breaking ball, back-to-back breaking balls, like looping curve balls, 78 miles an hour, 12-mile-an-hour difference from the fastball. And a good job there by VR, just keeping the barrel through the zone and picking up a hit on a type of barrel percentage or hard hit percentage that probably wouldn't be a good batting average ratio.
So now there's one on with 2 outs. Eastman facing Vince Fernandez, and he'll take a ball at the knees. Miller covering first right now with the rest of the infield shifted far over. Guthrie shaded to the right of second base with Tatum playing in that shortstop position deep in the hole. A large gap between short and third if he's able to poke the ball the other way. And here's the 1-0. Big swing and a miss outside part of the zone. And he got him to chase. No real lead coming from VR over at first. Just a few steps. Miller ready over at first. Now the righty has to turn his back entirely around, and this time he will go over to first. He can't see anything, so he's just got to gun it if he's feeling it. And there he was with the pickoff attempt, but as I said before, VR really not taking much of a lead, able to slide back quickly.
3 infielders here on the right side, just the sole third baseman, I believe. Over on the left, and Tatum. That'll be a tough play with 2 outs and the runner going, if he is going.
Pitch is outside, a good block there by Fitch, able to slide over. And that's what I mean about pushing off with that leg that's down. He was able to slide over much easier than hop. So instead of kind of doing a bounce on the 2 feet in the crouch position, he was really able to just push himself off and slide over. Eastman now looking back at VR at first. 2 away here, top of the first, no score. And Eastman kicks, fires home. The ball gets behind Fitch. And going to second is VR. He'll be there standing up. And looked like Fernandez really had to dive to get out of the way on that pitch. That's going to be recorded a wild pitch as VR moves over to second. And now Fitch is going to head out to the mound to have a few quick words. He knows how he wants to get the job done here. They're going to see if they can get on the same page and get him out now with 2 outs in the first.
Not sure if they talked there to just go over the signs with the runner on second. Usually they go multiple times through a sequence since they have a runner right behind him. Or if he did get tripped up there on what pitch was supposed to be coming. This with the fastball inside, and Fitch wasn't ready for it.
And now here's the pitch. He gets a ground ball, but it goes right into the Phil's dugout. And that'll move the count now to full. Runner on second here with 2 away in the top of the first. Fightin's looking to get out of the first clean and get up to the offense side, what they do best. Wind blowing straight out from center now. And here is the 3 balls, 2 strikes pitch from Eastman. He looks back at VR now. He'll come home, and he gets him to pop up. It's going to come out of the field of play and into the stands. And it'll land on the roof. So no one gets to take a ball home here.
That foul ball there is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Insurance Fraud Prevention Authority. Only weasels commit insurance fraud. Don'tBeAWeasel.com today.
Gotta check it out. I know I have. And so the count will remain full to Fernandez. Eastman looking back at VR on second once again. Now he'll come home, and the pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Fitch, and he'll take a walk down to first. So the wild pitch ends up futile because VR would have made it to second anyways. And now the Fightin's infield will go back to normal as Ronnie Freeman heads up to the plate. Just a 111 batting average on the season, only 2 recorded hits. Freeman, the catcher this afternoon. The typical everyday catcher for the Flying Squirrels, Andres Angulo, he has been placed on the developmental list, and that is because he is heading to Florida to play in the Olympic qualifiers as well, this guy with Colombia. So other catchers will have to fill his role on the team right now, and they're asking Freeman to step up behind the plate. No pun intended there, as he fouls off a pitch, so the count now 0-1 to Ronnie Freeman. Runner on first and second, 2 away here in the top of the first. Eastman looking back, and now he'll come home. Slow for a ball. Lots of action at the ballpark today. Beautiful day to kick back and enjoy the show provided by the Arphils. Not just baseball here at First Energy Stadium, just a great atmosphere to be a part of. And now Eastman coming home again. It's outside. Great block there once again by Fitch. And the count moving to 2-1.
So difficult for Fitch to block those breaking balls, especially when a pitcher like Eastman features multiple types, a harder slider and a looping or breaking ball, in a curveball fashion, I should say. Always have a different spin coming off the dirt and just overall having to get down there.
And he'll take a pitch high. The count moves 3-1. There is an open base here for Eastman. Obviously not ideal, but not the end of the world if he needs to move on to the next batter. 2 outs here in the top of the first. There's no score at First Energy Stadium. And here is the 3-1 from Eastman. It's low. Colby Fitch. Oh, it's considered a strike there. And Colby Fitch with the defensive indifference is going to get VR, who's going to land safely at third. So he chose not to throw down there. I think, sometimes you'd just rather eat it than rush a play and let the ball go wild.
Especially when third baseman McCarthy Tadium didn't look like he had any intentions to cover third overall. So whether there was a lack of communication there or they were just eating it from the start, he gets third base.
And now he'll come home with a 3-2. It's a called strike, and Freeman just absolutely stunned as he's having words with Carleon behind home plate, but he will slowly walk back to the dugout as Freeman is caught looking, and Eastman gets out of this one clean. Damage is not done, and the Arphils are going to get their opportunity to bat and come on the scoreboard first, so stick around. We'll be back in action shortly.
The Reading Fightin Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit readysetreadberks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
We welcome you back to the bottom of the first inning, I should say. Reading Fightin Phils are coming to bat, and they're going to be led by Dalton Guthrie, their shortstop, as finishing up his warm-up tosses is starting pitcher Frisbee, who, as Emily and I talked about in the pregame show, has been dominant to start his season so far.
And an interesting thing about Frisbee is that earlier this season, May 13th, he was involved. He started off the game, actually, that turned into a combined no-hitter. So when Frisbee, Joey Marciano, Matt Seelander, and Patrick Rutolo combined to have a no-hitter, on May 13th with, I heard from their broadcaster, was just the most exciting thing that had ever happened, which obviously I imagine I've never seen one in person, but I'm incredible for them, and big congratulations. That's quite a mark.
A lot of people don't take as much consideration to a combined no-hitter as opposed to just when the starting pitcher goes out for the full 9 inning, and that's obviously impressive, but especially when you look at the major league level that already has 6. That being said, it still is, I think, equally as difficult to combine and just carry the momentum when just mentally an offense feels like they have a better chance when a new pitcher comes in, and just having all the pitchers have it at the same level on that given day.
The first pitch coming into Guthrie, it's low for a ball. We got to hang out with Guthrie a little bit this morning. He was helping us film some stuff for our YouTube channel and for some stuff on our video board as Frisbee throws him another ball. So 2 straight balls here from the starter to start things off in the bottom of the first with no score. And Guthrie, just an absolute friendly player. I mean, I actually can't say a bad word about any of these guys, having met them all now. They are surprisingly easy to work with group.
Yeah, just on a personal level, I mean, I wouldn't expect to get much out of a professional baseball player, with me being a 21-year-old intern here, but they treat me as they probably do our GM, Scott. You know, this team just top to bottom, nothing but the utmost respect, always have time for us.
And he fouls one back into the stands, and a fan's going to come home with a souvenir today. And Guthrie, if you check out our YouTube channel, eventually his short and sweet presented by Savage Auto Group is going to come up. You can find some really exciting information about him. And I'll give you one fun fact. He does not drink coffee.
I don't know how.
And he does not play video games. And he sends one into right field going back. So Helio at the track, and he's going to make the grab. But a first powerful at-bat from Dalton Guthrie. And I know that was caught, but that was a great way to start.
Yeah, he put a charge into that one for sure. Nice shot out to right field. He's heading to that right center gap, but able to run it down was the Helio. Nice play out in right center field.
And that will bring up Daniel Brito today. Brito, the second baseman in the contest this afternoon. The first pitch by Frisbee, it is outside for a ball. Now Frisbee worked on his command over the offseason. He has a fastball mid-90s, a changeup, and then a slider that's kind of transitioned into a splitter, he said. He just learned that was kind of his best asset and has worked on improving that third pitch and mainly throwing that splitter, which is learning to be his top pitch. The count now 2-0 as one comes in. Brito sends one up the middle. It's backhanded by Matheny at short, but he's unable to come up with it, and Brito is on first. That was pretty hardly hit, and it was a backhand there by Matheny, so the official score is going to rule that a base hit, and I would have to agree with that call there. I mean, it was just smoked into the shortstop position.
Tough play there. It was going to be an in-between hop for Matheny, who would have had a tough play. If he got the glove on it, he would have plenty of time to throw out Brito because that thing was such a frozen rope. But just unable to get it. Looked like got it off the heel of the glove. Hard hit single in the infield for Brito.
That will bring up Matt Vierling, arguably the most consistent hitter in the Fightin's lineup, batting .302. He's leading the team in that slugging percentage, home runs, doubles. As coming down to second is Brito. Is he able to slide in? No, he's not, as a perfect throw comes in from Freeman to Matheny behind the plate, and they're able to swipe him out with ease. So the Fightin's erase what they had going on the base pass, but Matt Vierling still up at the plate with 2 outs now.
Yeah, and obviously when you have a pitcher on the mound who has an ERA of half of 1, 0.56, you got to get aggressive quick, trying to do it.
And Vierling sending one up the middle, but there to play it is Motice, and he bobbles it. He fumbles it at second, and safely on first is Vierling. And I don't want to say certainly, but I'm sure that will be ruled an E4. So now Fightin Phils have got the runner back on first, and Tatum is going to be up. McCarthy Tatum heading up to the batter's box.
And that was just a classic case of not going and attacking the ground ball. He sat back for it, got a less than ideal hop, and just couldn't contain it as he was stationary at that deep second base position.
And roping one up the third base line is Tatum. It almost hit manager Sean Williams over there on the base path. And now Carleon behind the plate is going to ask for more baseballs. And guess who's playing bat boy today, Tyler?
Who's that?
It's James McCarthy. I don't know if he signed up for that when he decided to be a professional ball player.
Garfield's really hitting the ball well. A lot of hard contact so far.
Here's the 0-1 going. Is Vierling, is he able to slide in time? And no, they'll go 2 for 2 with runners trying to steal, and Vierling is down for the count. So McCarthy Tatum will remain at bat when we get back to the bottom of the second. But it's going to somehow be sort of a 1-2-3 inning for Frisbee, even though he gave up 1 hit and 1 error. So we're going to take a short break. If the score remains 0, we'll be heading into the top of the second.
Gear up for the Fightin Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin Phils team store at First Energy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the eXp Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. eXp Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fighting Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
An eventful first inning. We've made it to the second inning scoreless. So we are back with Colton Eastman on the mound, and leading things off is going to be Francisco Tostado for the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Fightin Phil's got that shift on again here with Guthrie playing to the right side of second base, and over at the shortstop position, McCarthy Tatum. The first offering by Eastman is going to be high for a ball. Lights have come on here early in First Energy Stadium, just like a weird kind of cloudy day, so apt to put them on just in case. And Eastman's second offering this time is a called strike on the corner. Now, technically, in that last half inning, Eastman recorded 2 strikeouts, one of them on a dropped third strike. But he closed the first with a called looking, and popping it up is Tostado coming over. Tatum at third, and he's camping under it, and he's got the ball. So out number 1 with the first batter here. A good way to start things off for Eastman. And that called strikeout at the end of the first inning, I think really set a tone for Eastman, because he started off good, 2 outs in a row. Then he let up a single with a wild pitch and a walk. Sort of started to hesitate himself, but then trusting his stuff, was able to get the job done. And that's what I hear from a lot of managers, and what I've heard as a resounding message in the Phillies organization as Eastman now comes into Matheny. It's going to be over the head of Guthrie at second and drifting into the outfield, picked up by Vierling. That's a base hit. The all-encompassing message I've heard is that, you know, we picked you for a reason. You have the stuff. Trust your stuff. And hopefully that is, you know, what guys start to do, as if they trust their stuff and they have the confidence that they need, they'll be able to go out there and throw the strikes.
Especially for a pitcher like him who got that strikeout call in a 3-2 count on a borderline pitch. As a bunt attempt from Otice goes in for a strike, 0-1, but just being able to see the umpire give you that borderline call to end an inning with a little bit of traffic on especially, but just overall getting that assurance, getting that confidence boost early, it is just great to see from Eastman.
So Matheny taking a short lead over on first, in the count now 0-1 to Matthijs at the plate. We'll see if he shows signs of bunt again. Coming home is Eastman, and he'll take a strike 2, swing and a miss. And he falls down 0-2, and now, can't say 100%, but most likely won't bunt, because if you bunt foul with 2 strikes, you're out. So usually the bunt attempt stops after 2 strikes. Sometimes people do risk it if they're really looking to try to get the runner over, but usually, you don't want to accidentally get yourself out on a foul ball. So Eastman going with the 0-2 home, and driving it to right field is Matthijs. It's going to drop right at the line. It's a fair ball called by Corey. Rounding third and coming home now is Matheny. The throw at the plate. Is he going to get him? He's safe! And the Fightin' Phils fans erupt with anger now as the safe call from Carleon comes in. And that was a beautiful relay throw from Stokes out and right over to Miller, I believe, at first base, and then on to Fitch at home. I mean, I don't think he could have been more on the money.
More on the money, and on such a difficult play in right field. The great effort there from Stokes to get over to it in the right field corner, right in that R-Phil's bullpen. Be able to bring it home and make that play as close as it was for Matheny scoring all the way from first. That was an electric play, but just missed him.
So the score now 1-0 here with 1 away. And all the way to third goes Kyle Matthijs. So we'll see how they rule that. I'm sure it'll be perhaps 2 and then advancing on the throw. But maybe they recorded a triple, so a triple off the bat of Matthijs. And that's his first of the season. He'll get an RBI too as he scores Matheny. And now batting is the pitcher, Matt Frisbee. And the count 1-1 to the right-hander. He'll drive it into right field. It's going to be caught by Stokes. And coming home, the relay throw. It's going to be cut off by Miller, and he's going to eat it up instead of throwing it because Matthijs was already across the plate. So that's going to be a sacrifice fly ball to right from Frisbee, but it's going to score a run. So he'll record his first RBI of the season, and now it's 2-0 here, but 2 away now in the top of the second.
If you blinked your eyes in this past minute, I think you just missed those 2 runs going on, how quickly they become, and that's sometimes the downside of being a contact-inducing pitcher, as Eastman is.
Coming in for a strike now to Elliot Ramos to ground it out in the top of the first.
For the fans listening at home, that Matthijs triple, that really was just skilled bat-to-ball contact skills as that one comes in for a strike. And
placing it, just being able to place it right at the right field line, just inches away from being foul where no one is standing over there. Pretty impressive.
He has 4 doubles on the season. I would assume that most of them are of that same ilk, just hitting it where they ain't.
And it's a drop third strike by Fitch. It goes behind him, and he's unable to make the play. So a runner will be on first base. The ball just bouncing in behind home plate. And now heading out is Suhilio.
Past third strike, just recently on the, I want to say it was the John Means no-hitter. The only base runner that he had allowed was on a drop third strike.
I think that's correct,
first.
Yes.
And that had Twitter irate with that rule. Just one of the quirkiest rules.
I remember that, yeah, I do.
All of baseball and just of all sports, really.
Eastman going back to first. It's going to miss. Miller is going to hit Corey, the umpire, throwing it from his knees is second baseman Brito in the outfield. Good throw from the knees, just not in time as Ramos able to slide over. So that's going to be an E1 that gets Ramos to second now. So runner in scoring position, and the Squirrels lead 2-0.
You don't usually hear this expression. I don't think I've ever said it for the game of baseball. More a basketball, hockey sort of term. to slow the game down. This right now, it just seems like the R-Phils are trying to make something out of nothing, just kind of throwing the ball around, running into some trouble here. And it's just very interesting that you can get this game speed up on you, even though there's no clock on the game besides the pitch clock we have out in center field. Just trying to calm down this defense and make the most of these opportunities that they're so far not being able to come through with.
Eastman coming home. It's a grounder off the bat of Suhilio. It's sharp, but Luke Miller there to pick it up and make the unassisted out. So 2 runs have scored for the Squirrels here in the top of the second, but the R-Phils are heading up to bat, and they've got the fire with them today. So stick around with us while we wait for some offense in the bottom of the second.
What does it mean to bank loans? It means keeping your money in your community with a team of neighbors to guide you through big decisions and milestones. Plus all the convenience of our mobile app where you can manage your account, deposit checks remotely, send money to family and friends, even turn your card off if it gets misplaced, then back on when you find it. Ready to bank locally with the team at Tompkins? Visit Tompkins Vist Bank online or at a branch to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Copa de la Diversión is an initiative of MILB which creates alternate identities for teams across the country wishing to better reach out to their Latino communities. The new identity represents more than a luchador. Luchar means to fight for, and luchador translates to fighter. But it also signifies a specific type of fighter, a masked wrestler. The mask logo pays tribute to some of the most notable elements of the city of Reading. Embodied in the luchador's masks is Reading's pagoda, surrounded by 23 sun rays representing the Latin American countries and Puerto Rico. Down the bridge of the nose is Reading's fire tower. Home plate serves as a luchador's mouth, with First Energy Stadium's facade creating the upper lip. Below the chin are train tracks, symbolic of the historic Reading Railroad. And along the side are baseball seams, a nod to Baseball Town's rich history. Fans can look forward to the R-Phils players suiting up in Los Luchadores de Reading caps and jerseys on specific games throughout the season. Arguably one of the best Fightin' Phils entertainment is the Crazy Hot Dog Vendor. Now, if you've been out to the park, you are aware of who the Crazy Hot Dog Vendor is, and you probably love him as he's out throwing hot dogs in the middle of the half-inning break there. And if you know Mike Ventola from the R-Phils past broadcast, he had a net up here. We still have it in our press box. Shout out Mike. And he would try to catch a hot dog thrown by the Crazy Hot Dog Vendor in the radio booth. Now, I have not told Mike this yet, but I was on air at WEEU a couple days ago, and I was talking with Mike in his morning show, and I promised him that I would catch it with my bare hands sometime this summer and one-up Mike without the net. Now, the first offering from the hot dog vendor did not quite make it into my booth, as McCarthy Tatum is back up to bat. He'll take a first pitch strike. But I promise you folks, when it makes its way up here, I will catch one. And Tyler's going to get it on video for me. And that will be my shining moment. Tatum sending one right back where it came from, deep in the hole at second, and a huge play by Motais behind the bag at second, and the throw off the ground over to first just in time. But that was a nice piece of hitting there by Tatum.
Nice piece of hitting off the hands. Nice play there by Motais to get it on a weird hop. It might have been a broken bat, but regardless, it's a funky spin on it. Had to go to the left side of the infield, jump throw, and got him in time. Nice play there.
Luke Miller now heading up to the plate. Now Miller, we were talking to him this morning as well, and he'll swing on a first pitch, driving it deep to center field. I mean, it's an absolute no-doubter as Luke Miller sends one right over the fence in left center. I'm speechless. That was first pitch right out of here, absolutely no doubt. And he didn't even let me finish the story I was going to tell. Is that we were talking to Luke earlier, and he was telling us about how, I believe he said his fiance, maybe girlfriend, I want to say fiance, Don't quote me on that.
I believe it
but
was.
He was telling me, we were joking with our video board director that he promised his girlfriend or fiance that he was going to hit a home run in today's contest, and he didn't even let me get the story out. He hit a home run in today's contest. So pretty exciting for Miller there to deliver that promise right off the bat.
Well, now he's got to try for 2. I mean, you can't just give
one is not
exactly
enough anymore.
what you
One
promised.
is not enough anymore.
When you get it in the second inning, I mean,
Josh
bar is set
Stevens
higher.
swinging on the first pitch, driving it to deep left field, but I don't think it's got enough on it. It's camping under it. It's Fernandez, and he makes the grab on the warning track, but we almost had 2 in a row right there.
Yes, we did, but Luke Miller's a no-doubter, nearly hit his own face out there on the left center field jumbotron. Just missed it by a couple of feet, but not a couple of feet distance-wise. He launched that one for his team-leading 5th of the 2021 season.
Someone should run out there and grab that and give it to his fiance wherever she is in the stands. He told us that she came out to the series in Akron. As Stokes takes the plate, he'll swing on the first pitch, popping it up, coming in, the first baseman, Tostado. It's going to be the catcher, Freeman, instead in foul territory. So the inning is over, but not before Luke Miller sends his 5th of the season, a team lead over the fence, and the score is now 2-1 as the Fightins cut in to that lead. We're going to take a short break as we come back for the 3rd. Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to a ball game every Sunday home game at First Energy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley-Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at First Energy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. All right, after an eventful second inning as well. I mean, this is a great game, folks. Luke Miller slams one into the video board in left center field for a home run and chops into the score 2-1 now. Richmond's Flying Squirrels lead, and we're into the top of the 3rd now. Colton Eastman back on the mound for the Fightin' Phils. Eastman with 39 pitches here, so he should be good to go to get through this inning at least. And he will head up against David VR.
Yeah, his season high is 56 pitches on the season. He only had to 42 last time. He should have at least this inning if he doesn't run into trouble to stay on the mound today.
Fightin' Phil's playing straight up here. The pitch. It's a called strike at the knees. Now the 0-1 coming in. It bounces. Did he go? He went, says Corey at first base. So it's going to be 0-2. And this is the 3rd inning that we've seen Eastman come out of the gate hot. I'm pretty impressed with his aggressiveness on the mound. And I think this is, we've seen it in the past, but I feel like it's really coming out here, and I like to see it.
I agree with that. He's come out strong every half inning that he's had the pill. But at the same time, as this one's in the dirt blocked, I really like the way that he responded in that 2nd inning. Back-to-back, like the snap of a finger, Matheny gets the single, and then the RBI triple, and then the pitcher comes up and nearly gets his first career hit as a pro. Instead, it turns into a sac fly, but he is able to calm down, get the strikeout, still not freak out as the strikeout doesn't count because of the drop third strike, and then induce the ground out.
And now he gets VR on a called third strike, and I'm a fan of Carleon's motions here behind the plate. That was a very emphatic called third strike, and that's what we're looking for up here, and especially what they're looking for over with the scorekeeping going on the other side of the press box, because he tells you that's a strike.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It is secondary for us liking it, but over at the scorers and the official people of this game, they love seeing that and not having any doubt as to what the call was.
So now Vince Fernandez heading up to the plate. That is the 4th strikeout of the game for Eastman, but he'll send a ball into Fernandez. Eastman kicks and fires, and it's another ball. The shift is on once again for the Fightin' Phils as Guthrie shades over to the first base side of second, and deep in the hole at short now is Tatum. Big gap between center and right field as Fernandez fouls one off and the count moves to 2-1. One away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Squirrels 2, our Phils 1. The sun is starting to set a little bit here at First Energy Stadium. The wind picking up a little bit as we settle in to tonight's game. Here's the 2-1, big swing and a miss. He gets a breaking ball that just down in the zone. And the count moves to 2-2.
Fernandez, one of the few power sources of launching the home run ball thus far. He's tied for second with Ramos with 3 and only one VR having 4. They've been able to get their runs in a multitude of different ways as we've seen so far in this one.
Here's a full count now to Fernandez. We haven't seen many full counts from Eastman now. He's been getting the job done early as MacArthur, once again playing bat boy, brings out some more balls. And I think this is only the 2nd or 3rd full count bat that we've seen, and that's helping him keep his pitch count on the lower end.
I believe so, and it's also the reason he only has 1 walk so far heading into the 3rd, which is an overall problem that has plagued this our Phil's team thus far.
And chopping it foul is Fernandez. But on the flip side, the Fightins have been pretty impressive with their walk count as well. They've been able to hold on to that. And obviously Gamboa tied for 2nd in the lead. He's not playing today, but I believe he has 16 walks, which is pretty impressive. And a strike 3 call to Fernandez, who is unhappy, shaking his head, walking back to the dugout. And that's 2 call looking there for Eastman. And that'll bring up Ronnie Freeman to the plate, the right-hander. Trots up and kicks some dirt in the box.
Whether you need to eat, work, or play, come spend time with us good folks at Klingers on Carsonia. Klingers features free Wi-Fi and 15 HD TVs so you won't miss a game.
Big swing and a miss there as the count moves 0-1.
Conveniently located on Carsonia Avenue in Mount Penn and also at the Reading Airport, Klingers is a family-operated casual restaurant serving the Mount Penn, Exeter, and surrounding areas. Come in and enjoy us today.
And we thank Klingers on Carsonia for being our team feed sponsor tonight. They brought a ton of good food. I had some mac and cheese earlier that was to die for.
Gosh.
Tyler, I saw you had a big plate as well.
Big is an understatement. When I saw the amount that I could have, big shout out to them. It was delicious.
And 2 consecutive balls now coming in from Eastman to Freeman. Freeman behind the plate tonight. 2 outs now, top of the 3rd. Fightin's eager to get back to bat. They've had exciting offense so far today, been threatening in the first 2 innings. Here's the 2-1. It'll be tipped foul and move to 2-2.
Ronnie Freeman, as we talked about earlier, now he has a 105 average, just 2 hits and 18 at-bats, getting the spot in the 5-hole. And that is a great vote of confidence that you see from your managerial staff that obviously show some trust in you, especially with the power stroke putting you in the heart of the order. We'll see if that reflects in his play today.
And it's in the dirt to make the count full. And as we said, their everyday catcher had to go play in the qualifiers for the Olympics. A lot of players reporting to duty for that. Obviously a big moment for guys And Luke Williams actually got a spot on Team USA roster. We've seen him here at First Energy Stadium. Now he's up at AAA, and he's been playing stellar. As the pitch comes in just low, it'll be the second walk of the day from Eastman, but he'll be on to face Francisco Tostado, who popped up in his first at-bat. So Williams, we congratulate a former Fightin for making that roster, and he will head out to Florida to play for Team USA, I believe, coming up shortly. So very exciting moment for all of these guys, and obviously the Olympics, such a special moment to represent your country. And actually that was actually something that I talked about with Vierling and Miller earlier, pitch coming in outside to Tostado. I asked them, if they watched the Olympics, they followed. Both of them said yes, and it was Guthrie actually who said that he really, obviously he recognizes playing a professional sport how difficult it is, but he said, that elite level is really something to look up to, as Tostado drills one deep to right center field, and it trails over the wall. Just watching it go is Stokes, and that's a 2-run shot there from Francisco Tostado, and nothing anyone could do about it there, or that'll make the game 4-1 here in the top of the third.
Tostado there, the big lefty, launches that one, his first of the season, and he pimped it because he knew it. Just right center gap shot, stared at it for a moment, then promptly bat flipped it, as he looked like he was having a guessing sort of approach, as he took a pitch earlier on a breaking ball that he was obviously geared up for the fastball. Gears up for the fastball once again, and Eastman doesn't get it far enough outside, caught too much of the plate. He's not getting that ball back.
Matheny now, he'll take a first pitch ball, and tough to lose out on that full pitch count. You make it that far into the at-bat, you hope it comes out in your favor. Tough to lose it out on a home run. And now we'll send one outside in the zone, and it's 2-0. Once again, the shift on for the Fightins.
And that all comes back to letting Ronnie Freeman, the batter before, get on.
And a huge ground ball to Luke Miller. He'll toss it over to Eastman as he covers first, and that'll get the job done in the top of the first, not before a 2-run shot from Tostado makes it 4-1 here. But I'm excited for some Arphil's offense, so you should come back and enjoy the bottom of the third with us. Thank you. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Batanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Well, it's the Arphil's turn to bat now as they head back into the batter's box. And Frisbee retakes the mound, trying to get through the lineup one go around. Colby Fitch will be starting it off. Then Colton Eastman will get his turn, and Dalton Guthrie will head up to the plate. The final warm-up throws here for Frisbee. And we will get things started here as Fitch trotting out to the plate.
Now batting for the Arphil's, the catcher, number 8, Colby
And Fitch, I believe, is the only person on the Fightin's roster to have double, triple, and home run. Am I missing someone? I might be missing someone, but I think he's the only one because Brito's the only other player with a triple, but he doesn't have a home run. A bunch of guys have doubles and home runs like Vierling, but they don't have a triple. And he'll take a first pitch ball. So I think that he is the first. He's the only person to have double, triple, and a home run on the Arkfield's roster right now. So pretty impressive, especially for a catcher to record the first triple of the season. Definitely props to Colby Fitch.
Yeah, props to his athleticism, props to his bat-to-barrel skills and being able to drive it. And just him and Nick Matera, who trail, as I talked about in the pregame, the OPS. Matt Vierling in first, Nick Matera in second, Colby Fitch in third. To have two catchers in your top three offensive category, that's some pretty impressive stuff.
And Fitch fouling one back, so the count moves to 2-1. And a big swing and a miss, some high heat up in the zone, 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Now, this game has been moving quickly, so I wasn't able to share this fun fact with you guys earlier, but over quarantine, Matt Frisbee actually built a legitimate gym in his home to train because he was in North Carolina, and not much was going on there as Fitch fouls one back behind home plate. And he went to Chapel Hill, and his girlfriend, I want to say maybe fiance. I want to say fiance again. Don't remember.
You might be having
I might have to try to get this distinction going better.
Some difficult conversations when they get home.
But so they had a townhouse, and he started with just a weight rack there, and then they bought a house, and then he started really accumulating. You know, people go on Facebook Marketplace, they try to get, you know, stuff that people are selling used for cheaper, and he was able, to get the whole rack, to get a bunch of sets of dumbbells, to get everything that he needed. And he actually said that it was nice as Fitch fouls one back to just be able to eat breakfast and then walk down the basement and get a lift in.
Yeah.
And he said working on all of that really helped him this offseason, obviously proving that fact right on the mound now, but that he thinks is what got him an invitation to Major League Spring Training this, earlier in this season. And that gets you on the map when you get that invite. So here's the full count pitch now to Fitch, and it's going to be a called strike as he thought it was a ball. He tossed his bat, and he was ready to jog down to first, and instead he'll head back to the dugout, striking out, looking there. And I always wonder what that's like because you see him say a couple words there to Carleon behind the plate. I have no idea what he said. But then with the catcher, you have to go back and sit with the umpire the entire rest of the game. So if you have a big disagreement, now I'm not saying Fitch had a big disagreement.
No,
I don't know. He walked off very quickly, but
right.
We saw that on the other end where a couple guys were arguing, and I always think that's a very interesting spot because you have to sit there the whole time.
And it really is a particular relationship that they have as the count goes to 1-1, where it's not only you're there next to each other for half of a 3-hour game, but also you are there to kind of protect each other and be there for each other, especially the catcher protecting the umpire, but vice versa. And it's so difficult when you don't feel that comfortability with one another to have a conversation about where the pitches are located, where the zone is on that given day.
And Eastman now up at the plate. The catcher, Freeman, really thought that was a third strike. He was about to go around the horn. He was looking at third, and he was about to go around the horn, and it was a called ball from Carleon. So the count now 2-2. Frisbee goes home, and Eastman fouls it back. This is Eastman's first at-bat of the season because the Fightin' Fellas haven't had their pitchers bat just yet. So I'm sure he was, looking for a hit as well.
Compared to Frisbee, he only has 2 at-bats, or 2 plate appearances, I should say, 1 at-bat because he did pick up a walk. So still looking for his first hit, too, so might be milestone time.
And a big swing and a miss there from Eastman. He'll head back into the dugout. But a tough front he put up in his first at-bat of the season. And speaking of walks, another fun fact for all, We have whiteboards downstairs that we fill out with some, information about the team and some of the alumni reports. So I was writing about Zach Eflin today, and Eflin has a career 21 hits as a pitcher. He hasn't had many at-bats. He's been in the professionals for 6 years, but Guthrie taking a first pitch strike there. And he actually picked up his first career walk this May. So he went 6 years without walking, as Guthrie sends one into shallow left field. Coming in, Fernandez. He's going to slide and make the catch, and that'll be the third out of the bottom of the third inning. Nice play there by the left fielder, Fernandez, and the score is going to remain 4-1 as we head into the top of the fourth. Stick around with us.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices, from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
All right, top of the fourth inning we go at First Energy Stadium. This is the Cornwall Manor fourth inning. Cornwall Manor is an active senior living, not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, outside of Lebanon. Cornwall Manor is a unique and charming community nestled on a 190-acre wooden campus with many walking trails, including the Lebanon County Rail Trail. And we do have a pitching change for you Fightin' Phils fans. The day is done for Colton Eastman. He throws a complete 3. Tyler's going to get you his box line in just a minute. But a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen is made, as now coming into the game, Kyle Goglowski, and I believe this is his first outing of relief. He's seen 2 starts, one up at AAA and one in Reading while the team was on the road, but I believe this is his first outing of relief.
Yes, it is. He has 3 appearances, like you just said, all of them starts, but that'll be the end of the day for Eastman. He had 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks compared to 5 strikeouts, and the 1 home run allowed.
So heading into the batter's box now is Kyle Mattice, and he'll foul one off to Goglowski. 61 total pitches there from Eastman, so his most thus far this season, as we see Sean Williams given a longer lease, and Kyle Goglowski sends a ball now to Mattice, so that is 1-1 the count. And Goglowski got the call up to AAA to fill in early this season before he even pitched for the Fightin' Phils, though he did start on our roster. And he'll send a strike to Kyle Mattice. And then he came and met the team on the road. And now he's getting his first appearance here at First Energy Stadium. And one in the dirt makes the count full now, I believe. Maybe it's 2-2. 2-2. Goglowski out of New Zealand. I know there's a lot of ABL fans saw him play for the Tuatara. And a foul ball again from Mattice.
That foul ball is brought to you by PA Insurance Fraud Prevention Authority.
Goglowski only 6 1/3 innings pitched on the season, despite having those 3 outings. All of them start, so just another example, even at Lehigh, getting the quick plug as he plunks Matthijs, so he's going to get on first, and he looks like he's in a little bit of pain there.
And leaning over, just trying to catch his breath. And we'll see, out comes the trainer for the Flying Squirrels, Garrett Havig. And they're having a couple words. He's stretching it out. We'll see if a pinch runner is going to come in or if he will head down to first. Looks like he's touching his right arm. And waiting for his at-bat is going to be Matt Frisbee. But it looks like he is okay, and he's going to head down to first. So we're grateful that he's okay as he gets claps from the fans. And Matt Frisbee now is heading up to bat. He had that sacrifice fly, but still looking for his first hit of his career.
And the sacrifice fly, it was more of a sacrifice line, a slicer to right field over to make the play. He got a good jump by Stokes, but no gimme.
Squirrels 4, our Phils 1 here in the top of the 4th inning. And going is going to be Matthijs, but a foul ball on signs of bunt there from Frisbee. He'll have to head back to the batter's box. At Cornwall Manor, you can create your lifestyle and continue to live the life as you want, but with an added peace of mind knowing health care is available when needed. Now Goglaski, the righty, looking back at first base. He has to turn his whole body around. They're going for the bunt again. It's going to roll foul. And now there's 2 strikes. So I'll be interested to see. Obviously, they were just trying to use Frisbee to get the runner in scoring position. We'll see if he goes for the bunt attempt. I would expect not, but you never know. So runner on, no outs here in the top of the 4th inning. But he is showing signs of bunt again, so he's going to have to put it down successfully if he wants to have any chance of moving the runner over. And third baseman Tatum is up pretty shallow on the infield grass edge. Take a couple steps forward. He puts down the bunt. Is it going to roll foul? No, it's going to stay fair. It's going to be fielded by Goglaski. He's going to pop it over to Brito, who's covering the bag. And he gets the job done, I suppose. He moved Matthijs over to second base. And that was a solid bunt, a little bit hard up the first baseline. Playable, but it stays fair, I guess. So you could say, you know, he did it.
Does the job. Really was teetering with an out there, putting it foul. But, yeah, you're right. Just a good speed. Would have preferred it a little bit more to second base. But runner in scoring position with your best hitter up. Got to say that's a success.
So Elliot Ramos comes up. The first pitch high. Great pop-up there by Fitch.
We haven't talked nearly enough as we should yet about Elliot Ramos, the 3rd highest ranking prospect in the San Francisco Giants organization. And he is just an athletic specimen, as it says on his scouting report. Ramos comes from a family of athletes that includes older brother Henry, who has reached as high as AAA as an outfielder, and Hector, a former professional soccer player. And you could tell by his scouting grading, the highest grade that he has is a 60 out of 80 for his arm.
And another ball there to Ramos, 2-0. He reached in the 2nd on the dropped 3rd strike. And then he was able to move over on a wild pitch. So he'll send one this time deep to right field, going back. Stokes at the wall, and he makes the catch on the run. Tagging up is Matthijs, and he moves over to 3rd as the throw does not come in. And what we see now at second base, that is Brito, who was going to make the, the in-between throw there. And he gets the ball. He doesn't throw it to 3rd because the runner is already there, but he runs it in instead, which is exactly what you're supposed to do when you have the ball deep in the outfield like that, because he was waiting for the cutoff. and you run it in. That way you know you have eyes on the base runner, and you're not going to throw it away, but you're going to make sure that they know you're watching them. And he played that beautifully so that Matthijs did not come home.
Also playing it maybe less than beautifully, but getting the job done once again is Madison Stokes. We talked about it earlier. This is just his third game of his career, all 3 of the games coming in right field, and he has been put to the test so far. That was a shot out to right field to the warning track. Plenty of slice going towards the right field corner, and he's able to, on a strange angle, go over and make the catch.
So that'll bring up Andy Sahilio, and he'll foul one back into the netting behind home plate. This time we see Ethan Lindau playing the role of bat boy, so James MacArthur gets a little bit of a break here in the 4th inning. And the count moves to 2-1 with the runner on third, but 2 away now for Sahilio. Don't forget, this is Cornwall Manor's 4th inning as a big swing and a miss. 93, Gogloski gets on the radar gun. Some high heat fastball up in the zone. An impressive pitch from Gogloski. Cornwall Manor, the new nature of senior living. You can go to www.cornwallmanor.org for more information. And once again, he delivers with that 93-mile-an-hour fastball up in the zone, and he will get Sahilio caught looking at the plate. He strands a runner there. Matthijs on third, and it's the Fightin' Phil's turn. Stick around here on the R-Phil's Radio Network.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt, and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Back in action here at first, Emily Messina and Tyler Small on the air for you here at First Energy Stadium. And Matt Frisbee still on the mound for the Flying Squirrels. And heading up to the plate this half inning, Daniel Brito, Matt Vierling, and McCarthy Tatum. It's been an eventful game, I would say. Richmond 4 on 4 hits with 1 error. Reading 1 on 2 hits with 1 error. But I've seen both sides really playing some good baseball here, and that's, what we're looking for is just a good game. Obviously, we want the Fightins to win, but it's great to see a great game here at the ballpark, and hope we come out on top by the end of this. So Daniel Brito heading into the batter's box. He singled, so he's 1 for 1 today. And he'll send one home. It's a strike. Called there, but he checks on the umpire, Alfonso, at third, and he says he does not go around. He went halfway around, but good call there by Alfonso. And it's 1-0. Big swing and a miss, and now it moves to 1-1.
Frisbee so far the type of day that he's not really accustomed to, and that's because the R-Phils have really been barreling him. He's only allowed 4 line drives throughout 56 batters this season. And there's been a handful that have been caught for outs, and also, obviously, the one from Luke Miller leaving the ballpark.
And Brito taking a called strike at the knees, so he moves to 1-2 now. And he'll foul one off behind the plate. What we've not talked about yet, Fightin' Phils, is the roster move that happened today. Nick Lackney moving to Jersey Shore, so he just had 2 innings of relief for the Fightins. He came from Clearwater up to Double-A, and now he'll go to Jersey Shore, so he'll end up in High A. Probably stick around there for a bit. As the 1-2 now coming into Daniel Brito. Big swing and a miss, and he'll go down swinging. But coming onto the roster is Jorge Bonifacio. Now, he's an ex-major leaguer with the Royals, I believe, and the Tigers. And he was actually just signed by Philadelphia 2 weeks ago. So on the 15th, he was signed. He went to Clearwater. He had to, go through the physicals, check on his health. They have to do all that before they really pick someone up. He was out in the DR, I believe, before that, but he was signed just 2 weeks ago, and now he's here in Reading. And we'll see if he appears in the game today. He's on the bench tonight, but got to meet him earlier. He was checking out the ballpark. He really liked First Energy Stadium and very friendly, got his headshot and got his walk-up song secured for him. So hopefully we'll see him sometime as Matt Vierling sends one to left field, but there to make the play is Fernandez, who barely takes a step out in left. And the count now, well, now he's out. So it's 2 outs now, and heading up is McCarthy Tatum.
And Jorge Bonifacio, obviously a name that a lot of baseball fans knew, a very highly rated prospect coming up through the Royals organization. And just such a household name that's been around for so long, playing for 4 seasons, getting his debut in 2017. Seems like he's had pretty much a full baseball career. He's only 27, so he brings the best of both worlds as that one's in for a strike, where he not only has the experience and knowing how to be a big leaguer and to the day in, day out grind of baseball overall, but also he is still young enough that he has plenty of years in front of him.
And sending a line drive all the way out to left field, but it just ropes foul. McCarthy Tatum had absolutely everything on that ball, and it's just slightly left of the foul pole. If he can right that ship, that's gone.
Looked like it almost snuck out there, just curving a little bit too far into the visitors' bullpen. But you're right, that was a rope, and that one would have snuck right over the yellow line on the top of the wall.
So now here's the 0-2 to Tatum, and it'll be a called third strike as he knew it. He starts walking away before Carleon calls it. But a 1-2-3 for the Fightins in the bottom of the 4th. We're going to take a short break as we head back. Richmond up 4-1.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Back in action here at First Energy Stadium. Emily Messina and Tyler Small on the air. Tyler's got the play-by-play for this half inning, so thanks for joining me today.
All right, fans. Well, we got 3, 4, and 5 coming up for the Flying Squirrels, starting with David Villar. Villar is 1 for 2 on the day. He's got a single and a strikeout. He will be up against Glogowski once again, coming in for his second inning of work.
Now batting for the Flying Squirrels, the third baseman, number 15, David Bial.
And Goglowski talked to him before the season, and he said he was excited to have this opportunity to be in America. He's been in here a couple of times before, but he loves the entertainment, and he's heard really great things about First Energy Stadium.
Looping breaking ball paints the outside corner for a strike 0-1.
It took him almost a month of being here, but he'll finally get to appear in front of Baseball Town fans, and so far doing a stellar job.
Back-to-back breaking ball. This one out of the zone, 1-1 the count. Yeah, you're right. It is great that he can finally be able to wear today's Throwback Tuesday Royal Blue uniform. It's the 1-1 fastball up and out, 2-1 now the count.
And that's what we've heard from a lot of players, especially throwing it back to media day. They just heard of the allure of this ballpark.
VR takes a fastball, 2-2 now the count.
Just known as a really great place to play all throughout the league as well.
That 2-2 pitch just misses outside, and another example, Goglowski looking to take a little in-between batter stroll there. Instead, he's going to have to hop on the mound. Full count now. So here's the payoff pitch from Goglowski. Swung on and missed. Got the fastball by him, 92 miles an hour, and there was one away.
And that's his second strikeout here in relief, so only faced 5 batters so far and struck 2 of them out. So good start to the outing for Goglowski.
Here's the cleanup hitter, Vince Fernandez. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He went down looking back in the third and reached on a walk in the first. First pitch low in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Fernandez 3 homers on the season, a 2.05 average as he takes that one for a strike, 1-1. Powerful 3-4 punch from VR and Fernandez, combining for 7 home runs and 16 RBIs on the short season. 1-1 fastball by him, 1-2 now the count.
And the outfields are shifted way over, and you see Brito over at second, but Guthrie once again, and I saw him roaming in the outfield a little bit there.
So 1-2 paints the outside corner for strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs as Fernandez is retired, and there are 2 away.
And he was strolling on the outfield, and then he had to just take a couple steps back onto the dirt because he's not technically allowed to be out there. Now, I don't know how specific the umpires are going to get throughout this contest because that is the new rule in the AA Northeast that the infielders all have to be on the turf, on the dirt, but maybe they could get a step or 2. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't seen anyone call it yet, so we'll update you as we see it happen.
Here's the catcher, Ronnie Freeman. He's 0 for 1 today with a walk and a strikeout. Takes the first 2 pitches for balls, 2-0 now the count, as he came around to score in the 3rd inning as on-deck batter Francisco Tostado brought him in a trot fashion on a homer. Breaking ball's in for a strike, 2-1.
Now the Fightins shift back into their typical positions here.
Right, the only one out of position technically is the first baseman. He's a couple steps away from his normal spot. That one's in for a strike, 2-2. Four to 1 our score, 2-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, fouled off. We'll do it again.
And it's still a close game here. We're only in the middle of the scoreboard out there, just the top of the 5th inning. So still a lot of baseball left here at First Energy Stadium.
Plenty of game to be played. Nearing the halfway point. We've got the 2-2 once again. Fouled off this one just off the top of the roof and nearly on back to the field of play.
A big thank you to Swartz Culleton now. They are helping all of those who are injured, victims at work, in a motor vehicle accident, nursing home neglect, any kind of, injury like that with a victim involved. You can call them to get justice today.
Breaking ball just misses high, and that'll make the count full 3-2 with 2 away.
And they're a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. If you're injured at work, on the job, you can call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton 1-800-JUSTICE today.
Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and drilled out to left field. That is going to get down and in for a base hit. Rounding first and heading into second is Freeman. He will reach standing. A 2-out stand-up double for the catcher, Ronnie Freeman, and he picks up just his 3rd hit of the season.
Tough there for Gogloski. You thought he kind of had it, but it was really well played by Steven off the wall and left. Steven, usually we see him in right. Hunter Hearn getting a rest day today, but he played that well in the corner there and didn't let it get away from him, and so keeping Freeman to second only.
Here's Frankie Tostado, 1 for 2 on the day with that homer. He also popped out to the third baseman, Tatum. First pitch. High fly ball into foul ground. We'll see if there's any room. Coming over to make a play is Tatum. He just overruns it in foul ground right out front of the visiting bullpen for the Flying Squirrels. Unable to make the play there.
And I loved his emotion there on that. I mean, he was very upset with himself for not making the catch, and obviously that would have been a great end to the inning for the Fightin' Phils. Not the easiest catch on the run. It came down from the sky really fast, but you love to see the heart and soul there by the players. They want it, and they are going to do their best to get it, and that's what we really like to see here.
Tatum and Fitch both hustling over for that one. Can't make the play, so it'll be an 0-1 count. This one is sent back foul, and it'll be an 0-2. It's going right at Tostado here. 0-2, 2 away with the runner in scoring position. 4-1 our score. Belt high set. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him chasing the fastball out of the zone as he strikes out the side. No runs on 1 hit and 1 runner left on. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th. 4-1 our score. Don't go anywhere.
Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2021 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are safe, healthy, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community anywhere to be an animal by visiting humanepa.org.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
We welcome you back for the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Luke Miller, Josh Stephen, and Madison Stokes coming to the plate looking to erase this 4-1 deficit. And coming back up to the play-by-play is the voice of the Phils, Emily Messina.
Thank you, Tyler. I was just noting, I had to wait a second to come back on because I wanted to make sure I said this right. So over the break of that half inning, we saw Ethan Lindau, who we were talking about, transition back to the bat boy, but he was out there for like almost the whole 2 minutes talking to Carleon behind the plate. And I just wanted to make sure he is the number 3 starter for the game. So I thought for a second that he might be the crew chief back when he came out, but 1 game shy. So, you know, we were talking about earlier how nice these guys are, and he's just out there, you know, being polite, chatting them up. These guys are usually travel a lot as Luke Miller steps into the batter's box here. But just like we said before, just such a friendly team and easy to get along with.
Friendly team, but also you never mind hitting some elbows with an umpire.
Yeah, chatting up the umps. A called strike there to Miller, evens it 1-1. And we saw Miller send one over the fence in left center field. Earlier in the second, he's got the only run of the game, that solo shot. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does something similar again. He ropes one up the third baseline. The count is 1-2. Big shift here by the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Matheny is, you know, almost to third base. There's a huge gap up the middle, and that could be a great spot that Miller could poke one. Instead, he'll send one to right center. Coming over is Zahilio, and he doesn't make the catch on the run. The ball's bouncing to the wall, and holding up at second is Luke Miller. So he's got himself a stand-up double to start things off here for the Fightin' Phils. Our Phils only down 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So lots of baseball left to play. And they've been, you know, pretty good on the base paths as well. Just their 3rd hit of the evening. But they've had some action in every inning but 1 so far.
And like I was saying earlier for Frisbee, he's only allowed 2 extra base hits, both of them being doubles on the season. Now he's giving up 2 in this game to the same batter. Luke Miller has been his Achilles heel.
And Josh Stephen pops up the first pitch he sees coming over in foul territory, VR, but he'll run out of room as it bounces in the 67 club over there on the third base line.
Just to kind of finish that point, one thing that I really like to look at when I'm looking at a pitcher's overall numbers is their batting average compared to what they call BABIP, which is a batting average on balls hit into play. And it kind of just shows how much of a luck factor goes into the average. Opponents are hitting just a .093 average, less than 100, but their opponent's batting average is 132. So if anything, batters have gotten lucky so far, and they still hit so poorly. So Frisbee not getting the same amount of luck today.
And Steven swinging through that one. 84-mile-an-hour changeup from Frisbee. And the count moves to 0-2. Steven, 3 doubles on the season, 8 RBIs, so he's pretty clutch with runners in scoring position. He'll take a ball below the knees. He hasn't had that many at-bats this season. Remember, he started up in AAA and only joined the team about midway through the stint so far. So he's been coming up pretty clutch. Obviously had some prior experience at AA in 2019, but and so he knows the ballpark well. Obviously a hitter's ballpark here in Reading, Pennsylvania, with the wind usually blowing out. And here comes the 1-2. He'll drive it up right into the glove of VR at third base. And sticking himself on second is Luke Miller. So now there's 1 away for Madison Stokes.
When we talk about BABIP, that batting average ball in play, that is an example of the unluckiness. An absolute rope over to third base where he also sounds like he breaks his bat, and he has nothing to show for it besides a nice catch made by the third baseman.
Right, he was just standing right there, barely had to take a step to make the catch. And that'll bring up Stokes, popped up in foul territory in his first at-bat. Coming home is Frisbee. He'll pop it up again. This time it's out of the field of play. Sean Williams, the coach over at the third base box, is in his typical crouching position way out of the box when he's ready to wave someone home, and he couldn't be more excited to send Miller all the way around the base paths. Frisbee looking back. Now he'll come home just inside for a ball.
That is a great point. I didn't even notice, but he is not only in that perfect position, but he's right at that point where you could tell he is going to take every inch that he is allowed to have on that left side of the infield as he can. That is too funny. What a great coach.
And again in the dirt, so the count moves to 2-1. And I was talking to the player development team, specifically Josh Bonifay with the Phillies earlier, and he was just, noting how he's seen so much in his time in baseball, and he is especially impressed with the energy and the level of baseball knowledge that Williams provides as a chopper from Stokes goes foul. He's just one of those managers that gets it, He played minor league ball, so he's able to connect with the players. He's on the younger side, and so he's got the respect and the trust from these players, but he's also got the energy to match with them. And having all of that come together in your manager is what's going to make you successful in the end. And I think, the Phillies management knows that, and that's why, they brought him back here for another season. And Stokes will go down swinging through a changeup. So 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Squirrels still leading 4-1 here, but Colby Fitch is stepping in to the batter's box. Runner on second in the form of Luke Miller, who led off this half by doubling. And the Fightin's only run so far coming from that solo shot over the left field wall. And they're threatening right now once again, so they'd like to just cut in a little bit to the Squirrels' lead. It's 4-1 right now, but hopefully getting into the later innings, they can chop in a little bit. And the pitch is outside. And Freeman trying to frame it real hard there behind the plate. We saw him pause for quite a number of seconds. Two outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-1 Squirrels, but the Arphils got a runner on second here, and Colby Fitch at the plate, and he'll swing through a changeup and come up with nothing. The count moving 1-1. The sun is almost fully set here at America's Classic Ballpark, and we are playing baseball under the lights now in Reading, Pennsylvania. Beautiful weather day, and couldn't be happier to be back off the road, and also, having a season after the missed season as well. And here's the 1-1. Fitch driving it into deep center field, going back. See you later. A 2-run shot from Colby Fitch gets the job done here, and that's what I'm talking about, tacking on some runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. He'll get the high five from Sean Williams as he crosses home plate, and he and Luke Miller will chest bump there after he scores. The score is now 4-3, and that is a big momentum swing here mid-game.
That is huge. That's an absolute gut punch if you're Frisbee or anyone on this Flying Squirrels team. Just a pitch away from being able to escape the inning with a runner in scoring position, possibly having the Arphils lead their 5th runner on base to end the inning after the leadoff double from Miller. And Fitch in a 2-strike count just launches one.
I don't think we could use the word clutch more appropriately there, as Gogloski now coming up to bat for the first time. Just absolutely incredible piece of hitting there from Colby Fitch. So the score is now 4-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Gogloski's count 1-1. And here's the offering from Frisbee. It's outside.
So Fitch now his 5th extra base hit of the season. So now we were talking about it earlier, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, only the 1 triple. It's got to be the next one up, right? Got to keep them even.
There you go. And here's the offering from Frisbee. It's a called strike on the outside corner. 2 outs now, bottom of the 5th inning, but the Fightins have scored 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. 4-3 the score. And they're back in this game as Gugloski goes down swinging here. But not before the Fightins add 2 on with the 2-run shot from Colby Fitch. The fans are excited. You don't want to miss this game. Stick around here on the Our Phils Radio Network.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Mao Beer throughout the 2021 season. Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Founded in 1890 in Spain, Mao Beer has always been there to satisfy the most demanding taste buds. Make sure to pick up Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager at First Energy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2021 season and at your local retailer. Mao Beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mao Beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook Tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
That was just what we ordered up here at First Energy Stadium. A 2-run bomb by Colby Fitch puts the Our Phils back in this game right in front of the hometown crowd. The score is 4 Squirrels, 3 Fightin' Phils, but it is not over yet. Kyle Gugloski coming back onto the mound for the Fightins. He struck out the side in the last half inning. There was a double in between there, but he did not let him score. An impressive first outing of relief for Kyle Gugloski coming into his 3rd inning right now. And no action in either bullpen right now. We do see a little bit of stretching going on for the Squirrels, but things are exciting here at First Energy Stadium as we head into the top of the 6th inning. And the 6th inning is CJ's Tire and Automotive. They are celebrating 50 years of being better, faster, and more affordable than the competition. And they've got just about everything your car needs except for gas. So when you're ready, they're ready. Head down to CJ's Tire and Auto. And as we start off the top of the 6th inning, leading things off is going to be Shane Matheny. Matheny 1 for 2 on the day with a single back in the 2nd inning. And the pitch bounces in the dirt over the head of Fitch, but not a problem. And we will see a new bat boy for the Fightin' Phils. I feel like these are like pitching changes. I'm like kind of pretty excited about them. Out of the slot of bat boy is Ethan Lindau, and into it looks like Mark Appel. So, you know, I'm called to the, I don't know what you want to call it. We're going to have to come up with a term for it. And Gugloski pitches one high, so 3 straight balls now to Shane Matheny. That's my mission tonight. I'm going to come up with a term for the changing of the bat boys. Type in your suggestions, please. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk to Shane Matheny. And a runner on here in the top of the 6th with nobody out. Some stretching going on now in the Fightins bullpen. Squirrels, 4 runs on 5 hits with 1 error. Fightin' Phils, 3 runs on 4 hits with 1 error as well. And now the righty will face the lefty here. And he'll get a called strike at the knees. 5 more days of action at First Energy Stadium as Matisse goes fishing and comes up with nothing. And the count 0-2. One more bobblehead giveaway tomorrow night, and then 4 straight days of fireworks.
We got a good comment from Joanne. It says Batman rotation. I am a fan of that
I
one.
like that one. Kind of a play on words there. All right, all right.
That's some quick thinking. I mean, we had plenty of time up here, and we couldn't do anything half as good as that. So, good work.
And Matisse takes a ball. Count now moves 1-2. And here's the offering from Goglowski. It's in the dirt. They go for the pickoff attempt, but he's back in time. Colby Fitch is so quick on his feet. He almost lost that in the dirt. He's able to grab it, pop it up, and still make an impressive throw that was just, milliseconds shy.
And the most impressive part about that entire play was how skilled his footwork was. He never really fell to a knee. He went to almost a shuffle for a backhand, and because of that was able to twist his feet across pretty much a 180 and get the throw over to first accurately and almost in time.
Here's the 2-2 from Goglowski. Going is going to be Shane Matheny. A high throw there, but a perfect grab from Guthrie to tag Matheny, and he doesn't get the out call, and Sean Williams on the cusp of the dugout. Doesn't look like he's going to come out. Takes a step back inside. But that was about as close as a play as you could ever get, and just does not get the call they were looking for from Corey.
Just sailed on him just enough for him to slide underneath.
And a chopper up the middle. It's going to be fielded by Brito over to first, and that's tough because that would have been perfect for the double play. But runner moves over to third now, and that's one away, though, so 1 out now as Matisse grounds out, and now Frisbee up at the plate. And we saw his good bunt attempt earlier. Obviously, a bunt this time. The throw would come home probably to try to save the run, but we'll see if that happens right now. You see the Fightin's infield playing very shallow, and that's when you see that when they're really trying to save the run from coming in, and they're concerned less about the out at first and more about the out at home.
Yeah, and they feel like they can get him. Now when you have the pitcher, you can be a little bit more aggressive, even though it is a forced play at home with only 1 away.
And 2 balls straight from Goglowski now with 1 away. Richmond 4, Reading 3 in the top of the 6th inning. It is an exciting game here at First Energy Stadium. Thank you all so much for joining us. And the pitch from Goglowski, it is high. So 3 balls. Now he's got 2 spaces. He's got 2 diamonds. Don't need to do anything rash here. Don't want anything that gets past Fitch and allows the run to score.
Yes, I agree with that, obviously. But at the same time, Matt Frisbee, once again, he doesn't have a professional hit yet, trying to attack.
And there he'll get the called strike on the inside, and he looked like he was going to put his bat down. We've seen that from both sides a lot today, but he is back in the box, and you're right about that. If you're going to get an out, this is the guy that you want to do it with, back to the top of the order then, and he'll get a second strike. So Goglowski working his way from a 3-0 count now. It's full, and he's right back in this, and this would be a big out now for Goglowski.
Back-to-back fastballs on the inner half, and that's a call that Frisbee wants when he's back on the bump, so he can't complain.
And unfortunately, he won't get him as Goglowski crouches down there. And he'll jog down to first on a walk. So there's 2 on with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Now the runner on first does set them up well for a double play. So that could work out in their favor. And we'll see a quick mound visit. Brad Bergeson, the pitching coach, is coming out to chat. So we do have someone warming up in the Fightin's bullpen. That's Billy Sullivan. But usually the manager would come in to take out the pitcher. So we're going to assume that he's in for a little bit, try to get the job done here in the top of the 6th inning.
He's got a tough one in front of him now. But before we get on to Ramos, who is due for a hit now, you would like to say, Frisbee, you have 3 at-bats as a starting pitcher. and you go sack fly, sack bunt, and a walk, you really couldn't ask more out of your 9-hole hitter. Let alone if they are a pitcher or even a position player. You would be happy with that for the day, especially given the circumstance. Now, they are in double play opportunity to get Ramos, even though he runs extremely well, so it'll be tough to do. However, now you can have, depending on what they're going to look at here, it looks like they'll go normal depth in the infield, but you could do a corners and middle infield double play depth sort of look defensively, but they'll just play it straight up.
Tough call here as it's a little bit of stressful moment for Goglowski. The score is Squirrels 4, Reading 3, so not much to work with as he gets a first pitch strike out of Ramos. And I feel like the R-Phils really changed the momentum in that past half inning, and they're trying to shut down the Squirrels here and really keep it going. Just try to get back to batting as fast as they can. And sending it into shallow center field is Ramos on the run, and a diving catch there from Vierling. And scoring now is going to be Ramos, and unfortunately, Matheny, and unfortunately that did bounce into the glove of Vierling, but while he wasn't able to make the out, he was at least able to keep it in front of him and allow more runners to score.
That's a great point. I mean, that's the fear that you have if you are Vierling in center field. If that one gets past you on a slower high hop, that's going to be trouble. But just getting beat barely in that in-between area, and that looks like it's going to be the end of the day for Goglowski.
So we're going to take a short break here as we get a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen, and the fans clapping Goglowski as he heads off the mound.
Unlike First Energy, CM60 puts you to the act located from the base side. Seating, accessible, most unique. Your group will over again experience the dugout suites and include food. First time ever, are pleased to present you their classic game program all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player rosters, and front office staff. It also includes featured stories and alumni reports, all on the favorite guys who spent their time in baseball town. Visit rphils.com/programs to check it out.
Purchase a bank of tickets to be used throughout the Fightin' Phils season. The Flex Bank lets you use the number of tickets you need when you need them. You will have an online Flex Bank account which allows you to use your bank of tickets or vouchers to redeem for game tickets whenever you need them. You can also reserve your game tickets from your Flex Bank by contacting the ticket office or redeeming in person at the stadium. Visit rphils.com or call the office at 610-370-BALL for more information about the FlexBank ticket packages and all the exciting ways you can get tickets to a First Energy Stadium game.
Got a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. It's the end of the day for Kyle Goglowski. He's responsible for a couple of the runners, so we'll hold off on giving you his line. But into the game comes Billy Sullivan, and he is the last man standing with that 0.00 ERA. Now, he just got the call up, so he's only had one outing from the Fightin' Phils, 2 innings of clean baseball, just 1 hit, no runs, no walks. And that's his only outing. And what I'm very excited about for Billy is that he is from Newcastle, Delaware. We met him earlier today, taking his headshot, and he said his family is going to be here, so they are going to get to see his debut in baseball town, which is always a very exciting moment.
Yeah, that's got to be so great, especially now coming into a tough situation. It could be a very exciting one for him. 2 runners inherited, runners on first and second. Sugilio, 326 average on the season. He's 0 for today, but it's going to be a tough ask, and it could be a very exciting one for his parents to watch.
So the Squirrels 5, our Phils 3 here. We're stuck in the top of the 6th. 1 run has already scored. There's only 1 away, and there's 2 base runners here for Billy Sullivan to deal with. So he inherits 2 runs, and we'll see what he makes of it. He's going to look back at second first. He's going to kick and fire home, and he'll get the strike call. It's dropped by Fitch, but he runs after it, and he's able to recover it with no damage done. And Billy Sullivan, I asked him, you know, were you surprised when you got the call up? Because it's pretty early in the season. And he said, yes, he was so excited. And they actually called him like pretty late at night and told him, you got pack right now because you got a 6 a.m. flight you better be on. One comes up the middle. Are they going to get two here? Brito to Guthrie onto first, and they get him! Billy Sullivan coming in Baseball Town and gets the job done. He gets a double play, and the side is retired for the Flying Squirrels. Only one run across the plate, and the score is 5 Squirrels, Reading 3. We're going to head into the bottom half.
Falcon tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falcon Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more reliable.
We've been privileged at ROG Orthodontics to be part of the local community for over 60 years, creating generations of fantastic smiles.
We're honored to be voted the #1 orthodontist year after year and proud to be the top Invisalign provider in the region.
We passionately believe we're changing lives every day right here in the community where we live.
We offer interest-free, flexible payment plans
and provide monthly scholarship programs for free braces.
Be sure to check out our magnet contest to win free braces.
We love seeing our patients' successes, knowing we had a part in changing lives.
One fantastic smile at a time.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an R-Phil's game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play as Los Luchadores de Reading Latino Tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
Well, a big congratulations and thank you to Billy Sullivan for getting out of that jam there in the top of the 6th inning. He came in and inherited 2 runs from Guglowski and got the first batter he saw to ground it into a double play. So the final line coming in on Guglowski, 2 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts, a total of 57 pitches. So not bad in his first outing of relief. And it's a close game here at First Energy Stadium. Squirrels 5. Fightin' Phil's 3 here, and we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Looks like Frisbee is going to come out for another inning. He's on 65 pitches, so we'll see how far they let him go here in the game. And good news, we're back to the top of the Fightin's order with Guthrie, Brito, and Vierling. So this is the inning to watch here as the ball gets thrown down to second, and heading up to the plate is Jalton Guthrie.
Yeah, if you're Golgowski, you're the first one at the top of that dugout thanking him for that performance, giving him just 1 earned run on the day instead of 3. Sullivan with the emphatic double play. We were both searching around the stands to look for his parents here to see how they would react, but a phenomenal job coming in and just continuing to impress this coaching staff for the R-Phils.
And now Frisbee set to face off Guthrie for the 3rd time this evening. He's 0 for 2. And the first pitch from Frisbee, it comes in a called strike. So Guthrie, Vierling, I want to say Kroon, and MacArthur are all living together about 20-ish minutes away. So not too bad of a drive from the ballpark. But the way Guthrie has described it to me as he takes a strike called at the knees was like a log cabin.
Yeah.
And I really want someone to take pictures for me because he was kind of like excited when he said it. He was like, we're in a log cabin. And they spent all day yesterday settling in. They got the household stuff that you'd probably need, you know, probably the paper towels and the food. And because now they're home for a week and they can really settle in. It's hard, you know, coming in and being away for 2 weeks. You can't really settle in. But I'm excited about this log cabin they found in Berks County. As the 1-2 now coming in from Frisbee. And he gets the strike 3 call from Carleon. And he walks back to the dugout slowly. And now it's the turn of Daniel Brito.
Daniel Brito.
Strikeout number 6 on the day for Frisbee. And he took until the 3rd inning to get his first strikeout of the day, a guy who has average strikeout per 9 of 9.
And Brito swinging on the first pitch. Is it going to drop? A beautiful catch in the outfield by Sohelio, and it's out number 2. So first pitch, first swing there by Brito, and it's 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fightin's only trail by 2 here, so looking to have a 2-out rally as Matt Vierling heads up to the plate.
Just ripped that one out to right field, and that's why a lot of baseball minds are kind of going against letting him go through the order a 3rd time over. This time Brito knew he was getting that first pitch fastball. He took as good of a swing as he could on it, and yet another line drive off of Frisbee, someone not accustomed to it.
And the first pitch strike to Vierling. And Frisbee still got 92 mile-an-hour on the radar gun, so his velo is still strong here with 70 pitches under his belt.
Impressive endurance for sure.
And it's in the dirt now for a ball. Vierling takes his coffee black with cream, I want to say. Played ball at Notre Dame. And the pitch comes in, it's ball. Fighting Irish to Fighting Phils, quoting Ryan Springborn, our graphics manager.
He just loves violence, it sounds like.
And now the 2-1. He'll get a hit there as it drops in front of Sohelio in right. A beautifully placed ball in shallow right field. And he gets the job done.
Shows off the fighting pride there for both the Fighting Irish and the Fighting Phils. That one was a violent swing out to right field, and he just stung it right in front of Sohelio.
And that'll bring up McCarthy Tatum, and we'll see a visit to the mound. There is some action going on in the Richmond bullpen. Not sure if they'll let him try to get through this inning or if the end of the day will be here for Frisbee. It looks like just a mound visit as the catcher Freeman comes out to have a chat. The Fightin's trying to have a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 6th. With a runner on and now. ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. And this Sunday, I believe, Daniel Tiger will be the guest in the Kids Club. So I know we've had a lot of emphatic responses from the kids when the characters come out. So bring your kid out to the ballpark, and if you sign up today at Fightins.com, you get a free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt, and you can take photos with all of the mascots we have here all season long. So back to the game now as the mound visit concludes, and McCarthy Tatum here in the right-handed batter's box. He's got the bat up on his shoulder, deals, fires. He checks his swing. Did he go? He did, as he chases one in the dirt.
Tatum looking to jump it once again. All 3 of the batters to start have gotten a first pitch fastball. But this one, 78 miles per hour in the dirt, just the table falls out from underneath it. And Tatum couldn't hold his bat behind the zone.
So now he steps back into the batter's box. Matt Vierling on first, 2 away here, bottom 6. The Fightin's trail just by 2. And Tatum fouls one off the opposite way. And that'll end up on the netting on top of the T-Mobile stage in Arvis Plaza. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising for your local business, bands, and festivals. They actually made the shirt I'm wearing now. And here's the 0-2, big swing and a miss there, and Tatum will go down swinging. Fightin's leap 1 on the base pass in the bottom of the 6th inning. The score remains Richmond 5, Reading 3 as we head into top 7.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530. The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Back in action here at First Energy Stadium, Emily Messina, Tyler Small on the airwaves with you here at Game 1 of a 6-game set between the R Phils and the Richmond Flying Squirrels here at First Energy Stadium. The score right now, Richmond 5, Reading 3, and we are in the top of the 7th inning. Billy Sullivan coming out for some more game action after he had an incredible relief appearance in the bottom of the 6th. Came in with 2 runners on, 1 out, and induced a double play on the first pitch to Andy Sahilio and got the crowd absolutely roaring.
Yeah, you can't do it much better than that. Beautiful double play turned up the middle between Brito and Guthrie. So a pitcher's best friend to kick it right off, and now we have VR with Sullivan in another inning of work.
And this one a ball inside. Gets behind Fitch.
I wanted to go back to something you said earlier, where you were talking about Sullivan's surprise, and a part of that surprise comes that he is now at the AA level in his first season professionally, just getting drafted in 2019.
And sending it to center field is VR, coming over, Veerling, an easy catch. That'll bring up Fernandez.
He was alongside Frisbee. We were talking about this earlier. Frisbee, a 15th round draft pick in the 2018 draft, and Sullivan, a 28th round in 2017 before he got signed later. But these are 2 guys that now in today's MLB draft system wouldn't have been picked up, and they are both putting on a show today. So it just shows how much has changed and how much will change in the state of MLB and MILB.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. It's kind of sad to think, but you know, obviously always the opportunity to get drafted as a free agent. And get picked up here and there. So if you're a good ball player, you'll get in, you'll find a way in, as Fernandez fouls one into the Richmond dugout.
And just when the decision happened, it was such a interesting dynamic because so many players have already decided not to go to college. So the amount of talent that must have went to JUCO, junior college, baseball, must have been insurmountable. Just people trying to prolong their careers once they realized their chances of being drafted dropped about 75%.
Fernandez fouling another one back, so Sullivan getting ahead here in his first batter in the second, as there's one away, and he's going to call time, step off the mound, and just try to get himself back into the swing of things here. Here's the 1-2, and Fernandez tries to hold up his swing there, but he fouls it off. We'll get some score updates around the farm system. Lehigh Valley leading the Worcester Red Sox 3-2 in the bottom of the 2nd. And the team is threatening once again. The Phillies are 2-0 up on the Marlins. They're in the top of the 9th. A Reese Hoskins homer scores Brad Miller. Now, what's funny about that is they both just hit their 100th home run career, and obviously Hoskins adding on another one here to 101. Pitch just low to Fernandez. Over in Jersey Shore, they're trailing 3-1 from Hudson Valley, but still some baseball left to play. They're in the bottom of the 8th. And a called strike at the knees to get Fernandez. So first strikeout there for Sullivan in this outing, and Fernandez knew it immediately. I mean, he was like trying to run back into the dugout because he knew he should have swung at that pitch.
And it's been a frustrating day for both him and VR. We came into this one, some of the scarier bats, 7 home runs, 16 RBIs combined. They combined for 5 backwards Ks in this one. Just 1 hit and a walk between the two of them.
And Sullivan now going to go after Ronnie Freeman. He'll get a strike call, 79-mile-an-hour changeup, and just stuns Freeman there, and he seems like he's on a roll here. Wind slowing down just a tad bit at First Energy Stadium. Sun completely set. A hard line drive off the bat of Freeman. It's going to drop in front of Steven in left field. And a base hit here with 2 away for the Richmond Flying Squirrels.
One thing I notice here from Sullivan, who has a very herky-jerky delivery, but he certainly gets the velocity on it. His first pitch coming out of the bullpen, 96 on the gun. And the only thing I kind of think from that, because everyone, obviously, it's tough to change that once you're coming up through a system if somebody doesn't like it. That would be tough to maintain if you were a starting pitcher. It looks like if he were to keep this sort of windup, it would have to come from the bullpen because it is a physically taxing delivery.
He's really throwing his whole body into it. You see him kick all the way behind himself, kind of rotate his hips, and then when he rotates back, he thrusts his leg forward and is able to, and we have a quick delay of the game as the ball from the bullpen over in Richmond kind of trickled into the outfield. So there was 2 balls in plays at once, which obviously not good. You get the hidden ball trick going there. And now we return to the play. 0-1 now to Tostado, and it's just low. 2 away in the top of the 7th inning. Richmond leads 5-3. And there's a runner on first. Fightin' Phil's got the shift on here to Frankie Tostado. And here's the 1-1 from Sullivan. It's just low. Now I'm told Tostado, a favorite in Richmond. I would say because of the last name. But
that's, yes.
Trey told me it's because of the first name. The fans like to shout Frankie there.
Frankie's a fun one. Tostado, I think, is more fun. But what's the best of him is the way he can pimp a home run.
And he'll swing through that pitch, 85-mile-an-hour there from Sullivan. And the count moves even 2-2. Well, we'll see. Hopefully Sullivan can pimp a strikeout here and get the job done for the Fightin' Phils with 2 outs, top 7. They're looking to get back to bat. And unfortunately just a little bit low. Some action in both bullpens now. 2 outs now, top 7. Arphil's down 2. And now the full count pitch popped up, foul. Going was Freeman, but he'll have to jog back as the pitch was well out of the field of play.
Good change up there from Sullivan. Brings down the miles per hour down to 85. And you could tell because the entire lower half from Tostado was completely out of whack. It was simply him just throwing the hands at the ball, being able to foul that one out of play.
And he'll get the job done. Cool composure from Billy Sullivan as he silently walks out the mound like he didn't just get the strikeout to save the inning. So 5-3 the score here. We'll take some stretch time at First Energy Stadium, but we'll be back for some Fightin's offense.
The award-winning Reading Health Care provides an out with your family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while 7 degrees directly behind the wall. Hours of all you and photo crazy hot dog. Fightin' Phil's great $30 for 20 or more today at 7-0.
Mobile is the lead coverage and no one else ends with the fastest 5G. The Arphils are proud to introduce T-Mobile as the title sponsor of our Plaza stage. Fightin' Phils fans can continue to expect great performances on game days and non-game days. The T-Mobile stage is home to great bands such as the Truest Fightin's mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off-season.
Unlike any other area at First Energy Stadium, the Stadium's 61 dugout suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the dugout suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages.
All right. We just had stretch time here at First Energy Stadium. Emily Messina, Tyler Small on the airwaves with you. An exciting game here at America's Classic Ballpark. Richmond leads 5-3, but lots of baseball left to play here, and a pitching change that the Fightins could hopefully capitalize on. Frisbee's day is done. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 0 walks, and 8 Ks on the day, 77 pitches totals as he gets through a full 6. Coming into the game, number 37, Norwith Gudino, the right-handed reliever, 6'2", 200 pounds. Signed as a free agent back in 2014 out of Venezuela, but just 25 years of age, so he's been in pro ball a long time, and being so young still.
Yeah, and that's just something you can't ask anything more of. That is the perfect formula to kind of ingrain someone into your system, see him grow, and get to the point where he's at today. And this organization must be proud that they have a good one.
He has 3 saves so far this season, which is pretty impressive. I wonder if they're going to try to get him to go 3 here in this. That's an interesting choice.
That is.
We might see, somebody else come in to close now, but a good start for Frisbee. Not as good as he's been, but a quality start. 3 earned runs. A quality start is 3 runs in 5 innings. So he got the job done, and the Alvernia University call to the bullpen. Guadino now on the mound for the Richmond Flying Squirrels.
He does have a 3-inning save in his last appearance against the Bowie Bay Sox on the 21st. And the 2 other saves were an inning and 2/3 of an inning, but his first appearance of the season was a win through 3 innings, so he certainly has the capability.
And Miller will take a ball and then swing through a pitch. He's 2 for 2 today. Obviously the home run and the double. He's been all over the baseball tonight and has been a huge factor in the Fightins' offense today. And the count will move to 1-1 now. Guadino kicks, fires. It's a called strike.
For any of you keeping track at home, there's a defensive substitution that came alongside the Gudino change. Jacob Hayward replaces the pitcher Matt Frisbee, who is batting 9th, so he will take his spot as the 4-hole hitter. And coming into the game is the left fielder Hayward.
And Miller goes down for the first time this game, strikes out swinging. And that will bring up Josh Stephen now, who sent one deep. The first at-bat he saw, that was pretty far, and of course that liner to third back in the 5th. So he's had some quality at-bats today, just unfortunately unable to get things across. But we'll see what he can do at this at-bat. 1 away now, bottom 7, and the R-Phils still trail by 2.
And that's part of the reason I think Gudino came into this game, is to get the dangerous part of this order, the 5 through 8 hitters who have been so well. Luke Miller is having a day, 2 for 2, a double and a homer. And then Steven, who has hit the ball well, Stokes, who has done well as well, and then Fitch at the bottom, who also has a homer.
And 2-0 now, the count to Josh Stephen. And Gudino taking his time on the mound. Now he'll kick, fire home, and it's a strike. We'd be remiss if we did not mention that Cornelius Randolph was AAA East Player of the Week. You guys saw him back in 2019 with the Fightins. He's a first-round draft pick for Philadelphia, and he had 3 home runs in 1 series as Stevens regrets swinging through that high fastball with some heat on it. He's also the first Iron Pigs player to ever receive that award. He hit .591 in the series against the Syracuse Mets, so it's exciting to see someone that passes through Reading, come into their own up in AAA. And now the 2-2, Steven pops it up. It's going to be outside of the field of play, I believe, and it does land in the 67 club. And the count will remain 2-2 now to Steven.
Cornelius Randolph, a player that they have been waiting for that, which a .591, you hear a .591 through the series, he had a nice 3 games. We'll double that now with the new system this year. 6 games, .591, getting a hit 1 out of every 2 at-bats or more. That is impressive to do, especially at the AAA level.
Stevens calling time, stepping out of the batter's box, bottom 7, 1 away. And Fightin Phil's trail by 2, and a foul off the bat of Steven. Keeps him in the game. So now he'll step back into the batter's box, looking to get things underway, and Guadino really slowing the game down here in the 7th, and once again Steven fouling the ball back. Watch the Phillies Stars of Tomorrow today with MILB.TV. With all home and road games streamed live, the only place to watch the R-Phils on your phone or computer is on MILB.TV. Use the promo code FIGHTINPhils at checkout to save $10. Visit MILB.TV for details. And now, once again, the 2-2 to Steven. It's going to come inside, and he works his way back after fouling off quite a few pitches. That was the 7th pitch of the at-bat to make it a full count.
That's a veteran at-bat right there. When you're having the luck and fortune go against you throughout your first 2 at-bats, you find yourself behind 0-2, work it to full. That's a great job there from the lefty, looking to finish it out.
And now he'll take a walk. So he gets the job done, and he gets himself on base for the first time today. And now Madison Stokes heading up to the batter's box. 1 away here, bottom 7. The R-Phils would like to add some runs here, try to catch up to the Richmond Flying Squirrels here. And a big walk there for Josh Stevens to keep things going.
Good for Steven there. He's tied for 2nd on the team in strikeouts with 18, so really good veteran presence to watch the ball out of the zone and work it back.
And Stokes taking a strike at the knees. Lots of fans still here at the ballpark to watch an exciting matchup. And you can do so 5 more times the rest of this week as the Fightins take on the Flying Squirrels. And here's the 0-1. Popping it high in the sky is Stokes coming in. Was it gonna drop? Seems like no one's gonna get to it, but it is Suhilio who makes the catch in shallow right. And staying put is Steven at first. So now there's 2 away, bottom 7 here, and Richmond still leading 5-3 over the Fightin Phils. But Colby Fitch is up to the plate. We saw him send one deep to center field back in the 5th that scored 2. So this is, a powerful hitter up at the plate, and he should not be passed over, because he's ready to bat, and he's stepping into that lefty batter's box now with 2-way bottom 7. And he did that home run with 2-way also in the 5th, so he's not scared of being put away. Guadino coming home. It's in the dirt. Good block there by Freeman. And they'll toss that ball away, pick up a fresh one.
He took a fastball last time early in the count to send it over the Feasers sign out in right center field. So we'll see what the pitch selection here from Guadino is, starting him off with a first pitch slider.
Leaning over, getting the signs from Freeman is Guadino. Now he'll send it home. It's way inside. Guadino working very slowly here. Now he'll stand up, he'll go home. The 2-0, it's in the dirt once again. So 3 balls directly to Colby Fitch.
And that's a prime example there of trying to get a fastball over due to a manipulation of his delivery. So the first 2 pitches, like Emily said, taking his time when he came set, nearly causing a timeout call one of the 2 times from Fitch. This time comes set and delivers a slider attempt, winds up in the dirt.
And the 3-0 comes home. We'll get the call on the inside corner. Now, Guadino was one of those players who did spend time in the winter leagues, so he did have that competition experience. While other players were not able to get it, he did go to the Venezuelan Winter League and have 11 appearances there. So he did get that competition season. And Colby Fitch headed down to first on a walk. So now 2 walks from Guadino puts Josh Stephen over on second base. And Sean Williams is going to make a pinch hitter now. I believe coming in Jorge Bonifacio. So it's going to be our first Bonifacio sighting, we could call it here, as the veteran heads up into the batter's box here with runners in scoring position. This is the perfect rally time. Got the veteran hitter with 2 runners on and the wind blowing in the right direction from right to left field out of the ballpark. Bonifacio joined the Fightins today, 27 years old, out of the DR. He signed, as we said, on the 15th, so just a few days ago. And he will make his first appearance in Baseball Town right now. 6'1", 220. And he chops one foul, but he was swinging for the fences there, you could tell. And what I find interesting to note is that most of these players we see step about as far back into the batter's box as you could possibly be. Bonifacio right up front there. He is not waiting around for this pitch. Runner on second, Josh Stevens. Runner on first, Colby Fitch here. 2 outs now, bottom 7, but the Fightins are threatening. They're looking to come up 2 runs to catch up to Richmond, who leads 5-3. And Bonifacio at the plate. The 0-1 comes in the dirt. That was a great block there by Freeman, because you know Fightins runners would have been going any ball that is passed.
Bonifacio, as we mentioned earlier, they have a little mound visit, just pitcher and catcher. Played most recently in 2020 for Detroit. Only got 30 games there where he hit a .221 average, 17 RBIs, 2 homers, and he did play a little bit of Dominican ball when we talked to him arriving to the stadium today. He played 17 games throughout the Dominican Winter League, .267 average, 4 RBIs, 1 homer.
And that's just the sign of, you know, him staying in shape and knowing that he's going to get signed again, because he's got what it takes to come and get back to the big leagues. So now with 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom 7, we'll see if Bonifacio can get the job done here for the Fightin' Phils. This is his first at-bat at First Energy Stadium. And the pitch, it's in the dirt. So good eye there.
And you're right, he knew he would get the call. He has a laundry list of awards from his time in the minors, including in 2016, an MILB.com Organizational All-Star and a Futures Game selection, which are no participation trophy, to say the least.
Everyone is watching here at the ballpark, including the bullpen guys. He'll step out, he'll call time. Just trying to throw off Guadino a little bit. 2 on here, 2 out, bottom 7. Fightins down by 2 runs. And manager Sean Williams outside of the box, and that's how you know it's intense.
Yes.
That's the sign that I look for every time, is when he steps out of the third base coach's box. Things are about to get wild. The pitch to Bonifacio, it's in the dirt again. And the count moves to 3-1. Now they do have an open bag, but Guthrie coming up back to the top of the lineup, and he is due for one.
He's another one that hasn't run into a lot of fortunes in the third especially. Could have had extra bases instead of sliding effort from Fernandez, who was the left fielder, now replaced by Hayward, to take away extra bags.
3 balls, 1 strike here to Bonifacio. And Guadino comes home. It's popped foul, and the count will move to full as that ball ends up on the roof.
Big swing there, 3-1 fastball. Just got it a little bit in on the hand, fouled it straight back. He was taking a swing to put the Arphils ahead, just missed.
Steven on second, and Fitch on first here with 2 away. This is the time for the Fightin' Phils. 1 foot in, 1 foot out now for Bonifacio. Guadino bending over, getting the sign from Freeman behind the plate. The ballpark is quiet. And the pitch coming home. He checked his swing. Did he go? He went, said first base umpire Corey. And Guadino able to get the job done. The Fightin' Strand 2 in the bottom of the 7th with the score. Richmond 5, Reading 3. 2 more innings of baseball here at First Energy Stadium. Stick around.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phils game ticket for only $18. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. The selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring, the Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information.
Ball to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen here in the top of the 8th inning. Zach Warren comes in for relief of Billy Sullivan, who couldn't have had a better first start here at First Energy Stadium. He went 1 2/3, just 1 hit and 2 strikeouts for a total of 19 pitches. So I would say he got the job done well. And Zach Warren, the right man to call. He's been impressive. Started off a little bit rocky, but since then has really settled in well.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, this is a player, he had 3 runs allowed, 6 hits, and 6 walks in his first 3 appearances. Ever since that appearance on May 12th, Warren has completely come back to form, not allowing an earned run in his last 4 appearances. He only has allowed 1 hit and 2 walks over that span.
And I think that's a testament to what we've talked about. And people didn't believe us in the beginning, but some of these guys just need time to get back into the swing of things. You're underestimating, this pandemic that was hard on everybody, physically and mentally too. And now they're finally getting back into the swing of things, and Zach Warren has really done just that.
And you could say that for this entire team. Warren is a prime example, but this is a team coming off a rough road trip, 1-11 over the 12-game span. This team is so much better than that. They have all the talent, and as soon as they start clicking, it's going to be must-watch baseball here at First Energy Stadium.
And I think tonight is that as well. This has
example.
been a very competitive game on both sides, and the Fightin' Phils have stuck around in it as Zach Warren's first offering comes in as a ball, and the second one does as well. And I was watching infield, outfield batting practice on the field today, and I heard Sean Williams say a couple of words to the position players as 3 balls consecutively from Warren. He was just saying, keep at it, keep in this, and he was trying to relay to the guys as well, kind of the next man up mentality, as well as a strike now coming in from Warren on the top of the zone. Just saying, if you're not in the starting lineup, that doesn't mean you've done something wrong, you're being punished. It means that Warren getting Matheny to foul one off. It means you got to be ready on the bench. Especially in this contest where the pitchers are bad and we might see some more pinch hitting than we have seen in the past. You got to be loose on the bench. You got to be ready. You got to be paying attention and into the game. And you could be at it at any moment. And that's how much he values and trusts his players. And everyone, had an open ear to Williams, and they value and trust him as well. As Warren coming back from a 3-0 count to get Matheny to strike out. And that's what we're talking about, just being patient and trusting your stuff and not allowing that to get to you. Now, he could have easily 3-0 count, given up on the at-bat, wanted to start over, say, oh, I don't have it. But trusted his stuff, hung in there, and got the job done.
When you have a breaking ball like that, everyone should trust their stuff. What a pitch.
And a first pitch ball now to Kyle Matisse.
I think that's a great point that you bring up. And at the same time, it also comes to this lineup that we see, which is always in a different order. They're changing positions, they're changing order.
Chopper off the bat there, Matisse coming in. Brito barehands it, fires it over to first. An incredible play of athleticism from Daniel Brito. Charging it was Warren, but he backed off and let Brito make the bare hand grab, and now they touch mitts and high five, obviously. Warren very happy about that play, but a huge athletic play there from Brito.
Yes, Warren goes over to Brito, who robs an infield single from Matisse. And he probably went over and said something along the lines of, I could have made that play too. What a job there. Barehanded on the run, throw across the body. Perfect strike to the chest of Miller.
And this is the first at-bat we'll see Jacob Hayward coming in. He started defensively back in the last half inning out in left field. And now he's up at the plate for the first time, and he'll take a first pitch ball. And he sends one deep to left field. Going back at the wall is Steven, but it is gone. And you could hear it off the bat, the first at-bat of the day for Hayward, and it's a home run as he jogs around the bases.
A line drive shot into the bleachers in left field. Not sure what sound was louder, either off the bat or off the ricochet of the pavilion. But wow, what a shot there coming off the bench by Hayward.
And that'll make the score 6-3 Richmond here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Warren going after him here. He pitches one high outside to Elliot Ramos.
Ramos had a good job back in his last at-bat, an RBI single. Just plooped it into shallow center field where nobody was for his team-leading 18th RBI of the season.
And he gets a strike call there, evening the count 1-1. In our Baseball Town history fact of the day, at Lowers Park, Reading defeats Philadelphia in a strange series of events in the finals innings of a Union League contest. Warren coming in high for a ball. Trailing 4-0 in the bottom of the 9th, Reading loaded the bases with one out when Coley Miller sent a line drive over the left fielder's head for extra bases. And then the ball bounces off of one of the fences and straight into the crowd of fans who were leaving the game early. Never do that. Swinging strike there from Ramos makes it 2-2. All three of Reading's runners and Miller came home on the play, but the visitors protested fan interference and that Miller should just have a double. The umpire refuses to reverse the grand slam, and the game won by Reading via forfeit because Philadelphia was so upset. And that is probably the most interesting this day in baseball town history I have read so far. So the count is now full to Elliot Ramos. Warren would love to get the job done here and put the Fightins back up to bat in the bottom of the 8th inning. The score is now Richmond 6, Reading 3, and he gets the job done. A swinging strikeout, 88-mile-an-hour change there, and the job is done for Warren. Not before the Richmond Flying Squirrels played another one, a home run off the bat of Jacob Hayward. But the Fightin's still in this one. Stick around for some offense here on the Our Phil's Radio Network.
Shots Electric 45 can visit everything 14 to our provided is an example how's it because I'm confident will be with us.
Tom & Tompkins Service Strength C = Tompkins Insurance.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Character Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with your family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and photos and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin Phil's mascot band. Regular game tickets are $30 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G coverage and speed. No one else covers more Americans with the fastest 5G. The Our Phils are proud to introduce T-Mobile as the title sponsor of our Plaza stage. Fightin Phil's fans can continue to expect great performances on game days and non-game days. The T-Mobile stage is home to great bands, such as the Truest Fightin's mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off-season.
Unlike any other area at First Energy Stadium, the Stadium 61 Dugout Suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages.
Bottom of the 8th inning we go here at First Energy Stadium. The Fightins trail 6-3 to the Flying Squirrels. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Dalton Guthrie on to face Guadino. The first offering comes in outside for a ball. Big hole between shortstop and where the second base bag is. Shift a little bit shaded towards the third base bag is Matheny, and the count evens 1-1. Showing signs of bunt is Guthrie, but he'll pull back as the pitch comes in way outside.
I think that one's just to bring a little bit of life to the first baseman, Totito, who's just shaded pretty far over to the left side.
And once again, the ball is low, so Guthrie gets ahead now, 3-1. And we'll see if he shows signs of bunt here. I imagine he'll take, but we'll see. And he'll swing and a miss. 92 straight through the zone. And now Guadino getting the signs. The count is full here to Dalton Guthrie. Nobody out in the bottom of the 8th inning, but he'll be caught looking as he goes down for the first out in the 8th.
Expecting the off speed there, instead gets 93 on the black of the outer half. Nothing he could do with that except put his bat down to his hip and take the stroll back into the dugout.
And that'll bring up Daniel Brito, who we saw make an absolutely incredible defensive play back in the last half inning. Barehanded grab at second. And he is swiping some dirt in the left-handed batter's box now, I guess trying to get his grip with his cleats. And now we'll see the first offering from Godino right down the middle for a strike. Don't forget, game tomorrow night, 7:05, another bobblehead giveaway. Here's the 0-1, and Brito has to bounce back outside of the box to avoid being hit. But he's kind enough to go get the ball that almost hits him. He'll toss that back into the dugout.
That doesn't show the character of this team. I don't know what does.
And he'll chop one foul. Brito had an 11-game on-base streak earlier in the season. Also has a lot of walks up there with Gamboa. And he'll drive one, not into the gap though. It's gonna be fielded single-handedly by Tostado at first, and that'll be 2 quick outs for the Fightin' Phils. That'll bring up Matt Bierling, who's been on base twice today. And with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, would love to start cutting into some of the runs.
Daniel Brito to Matt Bierling, if you just watch purely the eye test, you could tell that they're completely different batters, but they put up similar numbers in a multitude of different ways. Obviously, Bierling, 10 RBIs on the season, leads the team with 4 homers. Right behind him is Brito with 8, with only a double and a triple. He gets the power in certainly a different way, but he is able to deliver, and that's why he always finds himself towards the top to middle of the order.
Bierling also 5th in the league with extra base hits. He had 9 coming into today's contest, and he'll take another ball upstairs. Counts 2-0. We were talking to him earlier, and we were asking him about, you know, the gap in the beginning of the series in Akron. He just said he had a little bit of a hand that was bothering him, but he wanted to make sure, you know, that went away and that it was not a continual problem, and he was able to come back in the middle of the Akron series. So, you know, better safe than sorry here with your most consistent hitter on the team. But he said he feels great now, and he's back in action this afternoon.
120-game season, you're allowed to take a couple in the teens off when you have something bugging at you.
2-0 to called strike at the knees.
A batter like Bierling, however, just doesn't. When you're seeing the ball as well as he is, a 300 average, 18 games into the season, you don't want to take those days off. You want to stay there while it's hot and then rest when you start feeling the bat a little bit less.
We'll foul one up into the stands. 2 away here, bottom 8th. 6-3 the score, Reading. And Bierling adjusting his batting gloves now. Just 24 years old, out of St. Louis, Missouri. And here's the 2-2 now. It's low for a ball, so Bierling working his way in this at-bat. And will try to get himself on first. And the pitch now fouled off once again.
Another great at-bat here, really driving the pitch count up of Godino, who trying to work a 1-2-3 inning but feels anything like it. (3-2), 2 outs, payoff pitch. In for strike 3, so Godino does his job despite a couple of pesky at-bats from the top of the Reading order. However, they will go down 1-2-3. 6-3, we're heading to the ninth. Up come the Flying Squirrels in just a moment.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly professional staff members are available to answer all of your questions and listen to all of your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike today. The R. Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightin's baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils. The world-famous Fightin' Phils mascot band celebrates its 21st season in 2021, with pregame concerts starting Saturdays in May thanks to Truist. You heard right, actual mascots playing in a rock and roll band. See Quack the Rubber Duck on lead vocals and guitar, Screwball on drums, Bucky on bass, Change Up on bongos, and Blooper on lead guitar. A real band jamming on the T-Mobile stage before Saturday games this season. Don't miss the one-of-a-kind Fightin' Phils mascot band. Pre-game on Saturdays thanks to Truist.
We are back here at First Energy Stadium. Top of the ninth, 6-3 score. The Richmond Flying Squirrels lead the Reading Fightin' Phils, and we just got our attendance brought to you by PSECU. The official attendance, 1,917 that came to the game today, but in park we had 1,323. PSECU presents tonight's attendance report. And PSECU proud to be one of the largest credit unions in the state of Pennsylvania.
And top of the ninth here, Fightin's trail just by 3. And they're hoping to shut down the Richmond Flying Squirrels quickly here. Zach Warren back after the big strikeout back in the 8th.
Great way to finish off the inning after allowing the homer.
And he'll get a strike there from Sahilio. Fightin's infield playing pretty straight up here. Wind blowing out. Pretty much straight out center field. The count now 1-2. 0 for 4 today, Sahilio, and he'll be 0 for 5. A beautiful strike 3 swinging there from Zach Warren. His 3rd strikeout of the day. And the Phillies game is over today. They beat the Marlins 2-0. Big win there, obviously the home run from Reese Hoskins. And that'll bring up David VR. And the first pitch in the dirt for a ball. Checking in with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. They're tied up in the bottom of the 9th. They're home, so they're at bat right now. Root for our AAA counterparts. And Jersey Shore has caught up a little bit. It's 3-2. But I believe the game is just ending right now. They were able to score 1 in the top of the 9th, but it was just not enough to take the victory. And here's the offering from Warren. It's high. The count moving to 2-0. 1 out now, top 9th. Fightins would love to get back up to bat there with Tatum, Miller, and Steven when they come back in the bottom half. Great place to be in the lineup.
I was just going to say that. You couldn't ask for anything better trying to mount a 3-run comeback.
big strike call there to VR. Warren, we saw earlier, working his way back from a 3-0 count. Now he's 3-1. We'll see if he could do it again. He is 3-2. And that's stamina.
An important role Warren finds himself in here. I mean, obviously, when you think of a high leverage bullpen pitcher, you think of them with the lead, tight ball games late in the game. Keeping this at a 3-run game, keeping it manageable for the Phils as this one gets fouled away, is certainly a big role, you know, just trying to keep them within striking distance.
And with one away here, the count remains 3-2. In the top of the ninth, the Fightins trail by 3 runs. And Zach Warren delivers the full count pitch, and he gets him. He gets him for the 4th strikeout of this outing here. And huge swinging strikeout, 2 in a row. Fightins just looking for the next opportunity to get back up to the plate, and Warren is helping them out. And it looks like there might be a pinch hitter now, as we see acting manager Tony Diggs coming up to the plate. And it looks like Sandro Fabian is going to come in a pinch hit for the Flying Squirrels. So Fabian listed on the outfield roster. He was signed as another international free agent back in 2014. So they're really growing these guys from the start out of the DR. 6'1", 180.
Earlier, that'll be the end of the day for Gudino, who now was in the 4-hole of the batting order. So won't get the 3-inning pitch save. Just sake with the 2.
And we'll see who they turn to for that. There is someone up in the bullpen, but right now all eyes on Zach Warren as his first pitch comes in low. Thank you guys for joining us here at First Energy Stadium. It's been a heck of a game back. So excited to have the guys back. And this has been such a good contest. And now coming home is Warren. It's inside once again. And after Fabian, we'll be back to Ronnie Freeman. Warren getting the call from Fitch behind the plate. It comes in the dirt, and they're going to toss that ball aside.
This game really has featured everything now you really look back at it. 9 runs combined, a multitude of home runs for both sides, 15 strikeouts for the Flying Squirrels, 12 for the Phils offensively. So every asset of the game you like.
And he will walk Fabian down to first. So with 2 away, the Flying Squirrels have a runner on. And Ronnie Freeman now stepping into the batter's box. Don't forget, bobblehead giveaway tomorrow, Thursday through Sunday. We've got fireworks for you at First Energy Stadium, and I was told that the first night, Thursday night, is going to be wild because as excited and as impatient as we are for the fireworks, the fireworks people are ready to rock and roll. They want everyone to know that fireworks are back in Berks County as Warren sends one down the middle to the strike zone. And I can't confirm this 100%, but I do believe that if you guys follow the Phillies, Warren will be interviewed by Pat McCarthy for the Phillies pregame show on Saturday. They do a segment on like minor league development. And so can't confirm 100%, but I believe that he will be on the Phillies pregame show Saturday if you want to hear a little bit from Zach Warren, which you do.
Of
you
course,
do want to hear from him. So 1-1 now to Freeman from Warren. There's 2 outs now, and make that 2-1. There is a runner on first, and the Fightins trail by 3, but they still have 3 outs to bat through.
I want to talk about how great a game baseball is. Ronnie Freeman comes into this one batting 111, just 2 hits on the season. Gets 2 hits today, doubles that. Now he's batting 190.
And pitch will come in high, so 3-1 here. Warren just walked Fabian. So trying to avoid that here in the top of the ninth. Another walk. Does have some space, some room to work with. And instead he'll get the foul ball there, so the count moves to full. So we really see Warren battling hard in this at-bat. So full count now with 2 outs and 1 runner on in the top of the ninth inning. Warren looking up, looking down. He'll go home, and he gets it. He strikes out the side. 5 strikeouts for Zach Warren, and he remains composed in the top of the ninth to get the job done. The Fightins are down by 3. It's the bottom of the ninth. It is rally time. Stick around, Fightins fans. You don't want to miss this.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yuengling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Vis Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoying our Phils game, great food, music, entertainment, and so much more here at the ballpark. The team will play as the Los Luchadores and will be wearing their Los Luchadores de Redding Latino tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive deals.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
We head now to the bottom of the ninth. Pitching change for the Flying Squirrels. Patrick Ruotolo coming in to try and complete the save, and he's going to be up against McCarthy Tatum, Luke Miller, Josh Stephen to try and pick up his team-leading 4th save of the 2021 season.
And the Fightin' Phils looking to rally hard here. We're in a great spot in the lineup. Tatum, Miller, and Steven. That's 4, 5, and 6, the heart of the order. And, of course, Miller with the home run and the double that scored a run today.
So Godino's day is finished. 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Did his job up to the point where he just got the ball taken out of his hand because they didn't want the bat in his hand in the 4-hole. So it'll be looking for a 3-out save from Ruotolo. Tatum stands in his way to start.
And he gets the first pitch strike called at the knees. Ruotolo, a 27th round draft pick. That's one of those rounds that would be cut away in this new situation. Leaning over. Now he gets the sign he likes from Freeman. And coming home, foul ball. Big 9th inning here at First Energy Stadium. Fightins down just 3 runs as they try to come back into this ball game. And now the 0-2 to Tatum. He drives it up the middle. It's going to be fielded by Matthijs over to first, and that's one away. Now up at the plate, the guy you want up at the plate, Luke Miller.
Tatum, good idea there, especially when you have Luke Miller behind you. Sees that he has a modest shift nowadays, we would say. giving second base a little bit of open range, tried shooting it right up the middle, but instead just had perfect positioning on the right side.
And once again, that gap between second and third in the shortstop position. The first pitch coming into Miller, it's going to be high for a ball. Miller now moving up to batting .258 right now. Team leading 5 home runs. And the offering, swing and a miss, and his bat goes flying into the netting behind home plate. And that's why we have those nets, thanks to Access Industry, to protect the fans from any bats and balls, flying objects, which happen, you know, sometimes it's slippery.
That is a prime example. You are 100% right. So this is Luke Miller, who is coming off a great series in Akron personally. .294 average in his 6 games through 22 plate appearances, 5 hits, 1 homer.
And then he fouls it back into the netting behind home plate. So he's down in the count, 1-2. And he's calling time, he's stepping out. Now he'll step back in. 1 away, bottom 9. And the offering drives up the third base line, but it's going foul. All right, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Luke Miller, the count 1-2. Here's the offering, and he fouls it back again. Staying alive here.
That shows how confident of a hitter he is. A pure power hitter to his elk could just simply never have that sort of defensive swing. Right there with back-to-back swings, he had no intentions besides just fouling it off, waiting for that next good pitch, trying to get the count in his favor.
And once again, the bat goes flying, this time into the dugout of Richmond, and unfortunately that was a strike as well, so he will go down swinging.
See, that is the opposite of a defensive swing, as that one just slips out once again. Maybe he needs a little bit more pine tar when he comes up to the dish next time, but just swinging through a strong breaking ball in the inner half by Bertolo.
So now it's up to Josh Stephen. And here's the offering, big swing and a miss. Two outs, bottom 9. The Arphils trail by 3. And he sends one deep to right center field. Going back is at the wall is Ramos, and he makes the catch. End of the game here at First Energy Stadium, but it was an exciting game. Final score, Richmond 6 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. Fightin' Phil's 3 runs on 5 hits with 1 error. But it was an eventful game. We saw 2 bombs. We saw 1 off the bat of Miller and 1 off the bat of Fitch, and a couple of incredible outings by relievers. Obviously, Zach Warren coming in, getting the job done, and Billy Sullivan in his debut at Baseball Town. Tomorrow night, first pitch, 7:05. Join us, Emily Messina, Tyler Small on the air. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you tomorrow.